Huh?
Yep, could be. And I see
excuse me, Joe. Both of these coaches I thought was really funny when we were talking to both of them. Both of them come from middle school coaching backgrounds. They used to coach against each other on the middle school level. So nice to see, the promotion through and everything. And Coach Houston Thiel, he was the first quarterback here for Creekwood High School.
That's right. I think they've settled on something now, Greg. Looks like they've got the clock reset to 11:41. Now, the clock should start when the ball's put in play, and now it is. 2nd down and 5. Single setback behind a handoff on a little reverse. Running left, going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Layden Grant with the carry, the senior running back, had 78 yards on 17 carries last week in the loss to Page. Sets up 3rd and 1 from the 46-yard line.
Got a feeling you're going to be calling Layden Grant's name on both sides of the ball. Led him in tackles and yards rushing last season.
So the Fairview team looks to the sideline, to the far sideline to get the play call. This will be an I formation on 3rd and 1. McCoy under center, takes the snap, gives to the tailback. He'll have the first down and more across midfield into Creekwood territory, down to about the 43-yard line. Nice acceleration by Layden Grant running behind the big Connor Ferris and Ethan Hamilton on that left side, and a gain of 11 and a first down.
We've seen 3 formations in 3 straight plays. That up just a straight eye power run behind the fullback up front. The first part, we saw a 2 tight end set. Then we had somebody out in the slot.
Now 2 receivers left, I formation, first down from the Creekwood 43-yard line. Early first quarter, scoreless so far. Handoff to the tailback, a little stretch play again, running left. This time Creekwood has it pretty well defended, only a gain of a couple on the play. Defensively, Creekwood, a 3-man front. It's Andreessen, Davis, and Ortiz. Then the linebackers, Grantham, England, Lunsford, and McCormick. Cornerbacks, Bradshaw, who is a backup quarterback, and Clint Morgan. And the safeties, Jackson Ham and Jaden Elliott. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 from the Redhawks' 42-yard line. I formation receivers split right. This time they give on a reverse, and boy, Creekwood was ready. A loss back to the 45. They tried a little misdirection and handed it to Claxton, and he had absolutely nowhere to go and lost it back to the 45-yard line.
Outside linebacker Philip Vetter playing his role, containing, kept it inside, didn't let it get to the outside, and really a nice defensive play for the lost yardage.
So that brings up 3rd and long now, 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 from the 45.
Just inside the Creekwood 45-yard line. 9:25 to go first quarter. This the first offensive possession for Fairview. High snap in the shotgun. McCoy drops to throw toward the far sideline, has a man, and he dropped it. Claxton hooked up right at the first down sticks and looked like he was trying to turn and get to that first down yardage and just turned his head a little bit too early.
Yeah, got to catch it first.
Yep. Pass was there, so that's going to set up 4th down.
He was a little bit short of the first down, but had plenty of room once he turned up the sideline. He just turned too quickly.
Carter Terry is the punter. He is a sophomore, averaged 36.5 yards per punt last week in 5 attempts.
I think we have clock issues again.
Yes, we do. At some point.
Well, it's a timeout, Creekwood.
Yeah.
Timeout called by the Redhawks.
So they'll take the timeout. We'll take it as well as we prepare for our first punt of the night in a scoreless game right here on WNSR and Nashville Sports Radio.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
You're listening to the Midstate Checkdown High School Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
After the Creekwood timeout, Jaden Elliott back deep to receive the punt, standing at the 10 for the Red Hawks. Angling toward the near side, end over end, going to take a high bounce and then spin back like a wedge and stop at about the 20-yard line. So that's going to be about a 25-yard punt, 24 yards, and no return. And now Creekwood will go on offense for the first time tonight. Quarterback Ethan Donaldson, who is a senior, was 8 of 15 last week, 95 yards, a touchdown, but 2 interceptions. Across the front, Sam England, Eli Edwards, Hayden King, Carson Christie, Luke Grantham, 5 seniors on the front for Creekwood. Running back Day Sweat had over 100 yards rushing last week. Under center, handoff on first down. Tailback running right, gets some room across the 25, out close to a first down. That's going to be a gain of about 9 yards on the play. And that was Sweat with his first carry. Last week, 18 carries, 106 yards.
2 tight ends set, and then the running back set up and almost like a wing T H-back, if you will, behind, but didn't just power football straight ahead.
They list an X, a Y, and a Z receiver. Keon Robertson, DeModest Henderson, and Jaden Elliott, the receivers. A 3-man front defensively for Fairview as well. For the Yellow Jackets, Cade Johns, Avery McCord, and Bobby Dawson the front. 4 linebackers as well. On second down and a short one, under center is Donaldson. Hands off, tailback cuts it back up the middle, have the first down out to about the 35-yard line, so a gain of 6 and the first down of the night for the Red Hawks.
Tight end to the right side and that H-back, if you will, right at his right hip, just running right off that. Power football again for the second carry.
You mentioned Layden Grant, who's going to probably play every play tonight if possible. He's one of the linebackers, 8 tackles last week. Logan Baxley, Nolan Langford, Kendrick Curtis, the linebackers. Jeffrey Anderson, Crawford Claxton, the corners. Wendell Billingsley and Bo Sanderson, the safeties. First down from the 36-yard line. Handoff running left, good defense that time, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. As 3 tacklers there to swarm defensively, led by Curtis, who was there along with Langford and Grant. It'll be no gain on the play, second down and 10.
Coach Hughes calls his defense a 3-3 stack. Very similar on both sides of the ball tonight.
Clock is running. Inside 8 minutes to go, opening quarter. First offensive possession for Creekwood. Fairview had to punt on their first possession. Man in motion, they're going to toss it to him. The receiver running left is Elliott. He'll get to the sideline, take a hard hit at about the 43-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 6 on the play. And we're seeing early these motions from both teams, getting receivers in motion, and they carry the ball more than they throw it to them.
Creekwood, the anomaly of this is last year 5 seniors. They've got 20 seniors, most of them on the offensive and defensive line, and most of their skill position players are sophomores.
They gave him 7 yards on the carry, so it brings up 3rd down and 3. Handoff, trying that right side. I don't think he got there. Looks like they stopped him at about the 45-yard line. That's, if I see the linesman across the way, that's going to be about a half-yard shy of the first down. And once again, Langford there to help lead the charge defensively on the carry from Sweat.
2-down territory, 4-down territory rather.
Actually, it's almost a full yard, it looks like to me. The ball is on the 45, needs to get to the 46 for the first down, and the Red Hawks are going to go for it, it appears.
2-down territory, that's my backyard.
Donaldson under center. Single setback behind him is Sweat. Early movement, and I think they drew Fairview across.
Might have been the plan the whole way. Here at midfield, risking giving up that kind of field position this early in the game.
Avery McCord, I believe, was the one that was guilty. The junior came across just a little early, and that moves the ball to midfield for the first down for the first penalty of the night. It has cooled off nicely here. It was steaming hot about 2 hours ago, and it's a very comfortable night here at Creekwood.
Kudos to our on-site operations manager, Adam Johnson.
That's right.
Just get out of his way.
First down from midfield, right in the center of the field. Donaldson on a keeper. Nice move to get about 2 yards, maybe 3, into Fairview territory before he stood up and driven back on the tackle as Billingsley makes the first contact along with Bobby Dawson. Going to give him 3 on that play, second down. Donaldson last week again, 95 yards passing, 1 touchdown, but a couple of interceptions.
Yeah, 3 turnovers in all, and still got out of Dixon County with that overtime win. One thing that Coach Justin Houston Thiel has told us, 21 is his magic number. Defense, hold them under. Offense, go over. That's a good formula for him to win.
Yeah, if you do it every time. Second down and 7. Give to Elliott. Little juke move. Now a nice move. Plants to the 35 and finally collared and thrown out of bounds at about the 32. Boy, what a nifty move by Elliott. He put a foot in the ground, made a man miss, and picked up 15.
Yeah, he is their playmaker on the outside, just a sophomore, but they're going to put the ball in his hands this time on the end around, try to get him in open space, and what a move on that cutback.
Had 4 carries last week for 39 yards and a touchdown, 3 catches for 8 yards. But, boy, he showed some really solid moves. And moves the ball down to the 33-yard line. 5:40 to go first quarter. In the shotgun is Donaldson. Will give to Sweat. He's grabbed from behind. He'll maybe get a yard, and that's about all. As the ball came out. The ball came out. Let's see who got it. I believe Creekwood found a way to get back on it. What was going to be a gain of a yard or 2 is going to turn into a loss of about 3.
It looked like his forward momentum had been stalled enough for the whistle to be blown. So that would have been I don't think if Creekwood had lost that, I don't think Coach Steele would have been happy with that.
Instead, it's back to the 37-yard line. Second down and about 14. Donaldson in the gun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Sweat in the backfield. Donaldson dropped the football. He was going to pass it. Now he just picks it up. It bounced right back to him, and he ends up getting back to the original line of scrimmage. It is a humid night, Greg. He went back, and when he came forward, there was no ball, but it bounced right up back to him.
He dribbled it. He needed. I mean, how lucky can that be that ball just bounces right back up to him and he makes some positive yardage out of it?
So now 3rd and 10. Creekwood 0 for 1 on their previous 3rd down. It was also a 3rd and long. It was a 3rd and 3, rather. This is a 3rd and 10.
50-yard field goal from here if no yards are gained.
Elliott is in the backfield. 2 receivers split to each side on 3rd and 10. Donaldson from the gun dumps it in the flat to Elliott. Elliott turns upfield, plants again, runs into his own man, but pushes very close to a first down at the 23-yard line. So far, the best offensive play for Creekwood was just get the ball to Elliott in space and let him work.
And he just sort of picks his way down the field, and who knows if he had to run up the behind of his own player.
Got 11 yards on that carry, so Elliott, 2 carries, 22 yards so far on the night. And knocking on the red zone door here at the 22-yard line with 3:43 to go first quarter. Donaldson lines up in the shotgun. Elliott standing to his left. I believe Creekwood was confused, and they're going to take a timeout.
Elliott had man-to-man coverage that time, too.
We'll take the timeout. 3:36 to go in this opening quarter. Scoreless on WNSR and Nashville Sports Radio.
This is the Greg Pogue and John Burton Show.
Former Titans coach Jeff Fisher.
Who's grumpy this morning?
Coach, I'm not grumpy.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Pull your head out of your butt. Get yourself in a better mood.
I'll do my best, Coach. Thanks for the pep talk.
Okay.
You just made a promo for him.
Greg Pogue and News Channel 5's John Burton. WNSR. Nashville Sports Radio. This is WNSR's broadcast of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
Fairview nothing, Creekwood nothing. 3:36 to go first quarter. Facing a first down and 10 from the 22-yard line is Creekwood.
1 week from tonight, Blackman at Riverdale. I'll be on the road with TSU. None other than Kelly Holcomb will be doing this with you.
Looking forward to that. First down from the Fairview 22-yard line. Donaldson in the gun. He's going to keep, and he is upended on a nice shoestring tackle. Penetration there by number 53, Cade Johns, a senior defensive end. Sliced through, got the left ankle, and Donaldson stopped for a loss of a yard.
Of course, Kelly, 14-year NFL veteran, MTSU quarterback, Lincoln County,
Oh, yeah.
and the Pit with Louis Thompson down there.
Remember it well. Made a lot of trips down there when I was in the TV days. Second down and 11. That seems like a long time ago.
It was.
Yeah. Donaldson to throw. He's now keeping it. He's going to be hit. There's a penalty flag thrown in behind the play. Usually indicates a hold. Tackled for no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. And now this is the decision for Fairview. Do you take the penalty and march them back? Chances are you do. If you take the play, it's third down and about 12. They will march them back on the penalty to the 37-yard line. It was holding.
Second and long for the Redhawks. Ball.
And our referee, Josh McWhorter,
who we saw last Friday night. His dad is the TSSAA executive director and was the head of referee and officiated that game with his 3 sons for the first time ever.
Second down and 20 now from the Fairview 37-yard line. Donaldson at quarterback in the gun, looking to throw, has plenty of time, fires over the middle, pass is caught to the 27-yard line, and the reception is made by number 16. That's Will McKinnon, who is a sophomore, 10 yards, so he got half of it back, and now brings up third down, and actually it's more like a third and 15. That was a second and 25, so.
Had plenty of time to throw, stepped into the throw, put it right on the money, on a rope, as a matter of fact.
Well, again, Donaldson with 5 senior offensive linemen in front of him. Third down and 15. Creekwood 1 for 2 on third downs tonight. Sweat 4 carries, 18 yards so far for the Redhawks. Empty backfield, low snap, nice scoop by Donaldson. Flares it to the near sideline, underthrown and broken up, incomplete. Was looking for the wide receiver, Brendan Adams, and it was underthrown and almost picked off by Jeffrey Anderson.
With the time he had Elliott deep to the near corner of the end zone. Maybe put it out there too early, not allowing Elliott to get out of his break soon enough.
I think 4th and 15 here, probably too long for the field goal attempt. Looks like they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and 15.
Yeah, there's no wind here tonight, but what a beautiful setting out here in Dixon County.
Right up on top of the hill here,
yeah.
Beautiful. 3 receivers split right, 1 left, Donaldson in the gun. Elliott now empty backfield into the slot left on 4th and 15. Donaldson to throw. Looks to the near side, flares this one up, and this one's overthrown. The receiver adjusted, and instead of running straight through it, he slowed down and tried to undercut, and as a result, the ball was overthrown.
And had a little contact, too, legal contact, too. But, yeah, you're right. He didn't run through it, and still man-to-man coverage on the outside on several of these plays.
So Fairview takes over on downs. They'll start from their own 27-yard line, first down. 1:46 to go in the opening quarter, scoreless. Creekwood had put together a nice drive, a couple of big plays by Elliott, but penalties very costly to them. Fairview, is that going to be a 3-receiver split, or they're bringing a receiver out of the game? That's what's going to happen as Jeffrey Anderson trots to the sidelines. In the shotgun on first down, pass from McCoy to Claxton. Claxton made a man miss in the backfield for what would have been a big loss and basically got back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, Claxton caught it, Greg, and he turned around, and I believe Sam England was staring right at him, about to make the tackle for a big loss.
A step quicker, and he's picking that off for 6 as well. They had motion coming to the near side and to set up the fake on the inside, and then kicked it out to the left, just a little toss out into the left flat, and that thing was almost picked off.
Second down and 11. McCoy 1 for 2 passing for -1 yard. Now late substitution here for Fairview. Maxwell Arnold checks in. He is a sophomore. They look toward him, and he is hammered as he makes the catch. Makes the catch back to the 22, and closing was Charlie McCormick. That's one of those, Greg. If you're throwing me that pass on the sideline, get it to me in a hurry. Don't put a lot of air under it.
Had 3 receivers to the near side, a little button back to set up the blocking in the front. Got sniffed out and almost picked off again.
-4 on that play, so Fairview going the wrong way. Now 3rd down at about 15. Again, substitutions, personnel changes. This could be the final play of the first quarter, but we'll see. In the shotgun. And now timeout is taken by Fairview with 11 seconds left in the quarter. We'll take the timeout as well. Still scoreless on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, Ray here from Run With It. Let me tell you about our sponsor, Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House. And with 4 locations in Bellevue, Murfreesboro, Spring Hill, and East Nashville, they're your home for the best gourmet pizza and craft beers in Music City. Join me on Monday nights at the East Nashville location for poker night. And if you think you know everything, try Wednesday night trivia at both locations. Gourmet pizzas, craft beers, online at BoomBozz.com. Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House.
Welcome back to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
11 seconds left first quarter, still scoreless.
Well, immediately following the game broadcast, keep your dial glued to WNSR, the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Scoreboard Show, hosted by Bruno Reagan, Ray Doskey, Devlin McKenzie. They take you around the Midstate for all your high school football scores and stats. The Midstate Checkdown High School Football Scoreboard right here on Nashville Sports Radio.
3rd and 15 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 22-yard line. McCoy rolling left, being chased, breaks away from one man, can't get away from everybody else. He's going to be dropped at about the 22, and that'll bring up a 4th down and long. So McCoy sacked by Sam England with help from Luke Grantham.
You know, if there's a size advantage, it swings a little bit Fairview, but if there's a speed advantage, it's Creekwood. Now, and you just saw Sam England, left tackle, middle linebacker, the right tackle, Luke Grantham, offensive linebacker, outside linebacker rather.
So 1 quarter in the books here. Fairview and Creekwood scoreless on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Dry rub wings are back at Slim Chickens. Fresh, fried, and full of flavor. Like smooth and kickin' cayenne ranch, zesty lemon pepper, or turn it up with new spicy Nashville hot. Try them today with a meal or feed your hungry crowd. But hurry, they're only back for a limited time. At Slim's, bold flavor is what we do. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro, with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
You're listening to the Midstate Checkdown High School Game of the Week, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Here's Joe Fisher.
Carter Terry's punt for Fairview is a short one. It backs up from about the 40-yard line back to about the 38-yard line. So a punt of only 18 yards. Now, part of that, they don't want to kick it to Elliott. We've seen his speed early on.
Right, and it's a hybrid Australian type of punt.
Yep.
It's
end over end, and it's supposed to bounce and go forward,
right,
but it keeps coming back. So excellent field position now for the Redhawks as they will start first down from the Fairview 38-yard line. In that first quarter, Donaldson 2 for 4 passing for 21 yards. Sweat 4 carries for 18 yards. Elliott 2 carries for 22 yards. Sweat's going to get the carry here. He's going to find room right up the middle, pushes it inside the 25, close to the 20-yard line. I don't think Sweat ever got outside of the tackles. He just weaved back and forth and picked up 17 yards.
I don't know that he got outside of the guards. I mean, that was just simple, straight ahead, quick hitter, went on a quick count. I don't think the defense was set, and boom, in that second level in a hurry.
2 receivers split to the left. That is Elliott and Adams. 1 receiver split to the right in the shotgun. Handoff to Sweat again. Going to try the middle again. Going to find room again. Still on his feet toward the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Creekwood. When you find something that works, you stick with it. 21 yards for the score.
One went off that left gap guard. One went off the right gap guard. Neither one of them were outside of a 10-foot radius.
So Sweat now with 6 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown. And on to attempt the extra point is Ty Miller, the senior. Elliott is the holder, by the way. Good snap. And the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So 11:20 to go in the opening half, and we have our first score. It's Creekwood 7, Fairview nothing. This is WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Paid for by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
This is Nashville's best high school football coverage. WNSR's Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
Be sure and join me and Kelly Holcomb next Friday for our Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. The matchup Blackman at Riverdale. Coverage begins at 6:15 with Murphy's Matchups High School Football Preview Show. Our Mid-State Checkdown Football Game of the Week broadcast commences at 6:45 with kickoff at 7 o'clock.
I'll be listening from Cheney, Washington.
Wow.
I could fly to London, England and get
Quicker.
there quicker.
Yeah.
2,100 miles, 5-hour flight.
Is that an Eastern Washington game?
Eastern Washington, yep. TSU season opener. And Kelly Holcomb, of course, Kelly has been the OC at Riverdale the past 4 or 5 years. His son was the quarterback there.
He will know some personnel. Miller's kickoff is high and short. Fielded at the 18-yard line to the 20. 25, a little room to the 30. Finally stood up and tackled at about the 35-yard line on a nice return. That was Layden Grant with the carry and a 17-yard return. As we said, he may not come out a single play in the game.
No, and you're talking about every play. Special teams, obviously, the return. He's their leading tackler. He's their leading rusher. He's a Mr. Football, I think, early candidate, quite frankly.
So let's see if the Yellow Jackets can get something going here offensively. They start with decent field position at their own 36-yard line, trailing 7-0. I formation behind the quarterback, McCoy. Gives to the tailback, big hole up the middle, across the 40 out to about the 42-yard line on the carry. That was Grant with the carry. Tackle made by Jackson Ham. Ham is the guy that had the interception on the first play of overtime last week that got the ball back from Dixon County, and then Creekwood scored one play later.
You know, I spoke a little bit earlier. Now, Fairview's front got a big one right in the middle in Ferris. 6'3", 290.
Handoff to the tailback, breaks the tackle across the 45. I think he's got the first down. Just shy of midfield, good hard running. And that was Grant again with the carry. They'll mark him down at the 49 and a gain of 9.
Nothing fancy going on either side of the ball offensively right now.
Well, that seems to be the strength, at least early on for Fairview, is that left side of the offensive line. You mentioned Ferris at about 290, and that's the second first down of the night for Fairview. Just shy of midfield. I formation. McCoy under center. Hands off, tailback, running left. Boy, he's hit immediately. That was a big paw that got wrapped around. That was Austin Davis, who put a stop to that one in a hurry.
He's a big old boy, too.
Yes.
Country strong right there. You look at the 277s. I mean, there's a lot of sewing for those clothes.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10. 3-man defensive front. 4 linebackers shifting around now defensively. They weren't quite set. Rolling is McCoy. Going to throw toward the far sideline. That pass is incomplete and almost intercepted. Was looking for Claxton, but actually the one that was closest to it was Will McKinnon. McKinnon broke on it at about the 40-yard line, but could not quite get there.
Ball was a little overthrown, and that thing could have been easily intercepted as well. A little bit off the mark that time.
Sets up a 3rd and 10. Fairview 1 for 3 on their third downs tonight. They've been in long yardage in 3 of their 4 so far. From their own 49-yard line on 3rd down, rolling is McCoy. Now he's just going to dump it over the head of the receiver, and I believe they're going to rule it a forward pass and incomplete. He was trying to scramble around and get it to Curtis, and he threw it over his head, but the linesman was right there and said, no, the ball was not backward, it was forward.
Yeah, almost had a feel of a screen because those defenders on that left side got in there quickly, unabated, and he had to get rid of it way too early.
So let's see if Carter Terry tries another one of those punts to keep it away from twin deep men going back now. That's Elliott and, I believe, McKinnon. Terry standing at his own 40-yard line. Good snap. Angles this one to the far side. This one's a little better. He's going to take a Fairview bounce inside the 20 and roll dead at about the 15-yard line. So Terry's punt, 36 yards. That's his best of the night. Creekwood will start first down from their own 15-yard line. They picked up a little momentum on the last drive, running right down the middle with Sweat.
Dada.
Day-Day.
Day-Day.
Day-Day. D-A-D-A, pronounced Day-Day.
Oh. Dada.
There were 2 or 3 options, and then
Day-Day. D-A,
D,
uppercase D-A, uppercase D-A. So hit those D's hard.
Hit those D's and the long A. In the shotgun on first down, handoff to Sweat, makes a nice little cutback and a good open field tackle. There's Grant once again. Boy, he's just got a nose for the football. Makes the tackle at the 15-yard line, gain of about 3 on the play.
I'm going to get it out of my system right now, okay? He was trying to run to Day-Day light.
Oh. You could have kept that one in your system a little bit longer. He's left the building. Gain of 2 on the play, I think. 2nd down and 8. Inside 9 minutes to go in the first half. Creekwood leading 7-0 over Fairview. Redhawks give on the delay to Sweat. Goes up the middle. Not much there except a lot of traffic. Pushes it forward to about the 19-yard line. Actually, they're going to step it back to the 18-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down. Logan Baxley with the tackle. He's a sophomore. The only sophomore starting linebacker among 3 seniors.
Yeah, and we mentioned this senior class is the only one at Fairview that has not won a playoff game.
3rd down and 6. Donaldson in the shotgun. Dumps it. Pass caught, 1st down and much more to the 35. Open field tackle by Claxton at the 40. Boy, just a little quick hitter. They flared him out of the backfield. Charlie McCormick, the junior, with the catch, and he had open field right in front of him, right down the middle.
Yeah, just a little seam route and got in behind the defenders up front, in front of the linebackers, and made it, 8-10 yards after the catch with it.
Yeah, McCormick, his first catch of the night, got 23 yards on the play. 1st down for Creekwood from its 41. Donaldson in the gun once again. Evans moves in a fullback position. Now they're going to bring Sweat to the left shoulder of Donaldson. Donaldson's going to keep up the middle across the 40 to the 44-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play.
Tackle for the Yellow Jackets, number 43.
Neither team puts the ball up. When they do, it's usually out of that, just the play action and really focusing on one receiver mostly. Very similar offenses, quite frankly.
Avery McCord with the tackle for Fairview. Gain of 2 officially on the play. 2nd down and about 8. Donaldson 3 of 5 passing for 44 yards. 2 receivers split left, 2 to the right. Donaldson sends Elliott in motion. Hands it to him on a jet sweep running left to the 45. Got a block. Close to midfield, close to a 1st down. Boy, he got a really nice block out there on the corner by Keon Robertson, the sophomore. And he moves it, I believe, about a yard shy of the 1st down. It's right at midfield.
So shifty. Once you get out in the open space, making people miss, just that hip turn one way or the other, and he loses no momentum when he's out in open space when he's doing that.
And again, only a sophomore. 3rd and 1. Donaldson will go under center this time. Takes the snap. Tailback is going to be dropped for a loss back to the 47-yard line. Tremendous penetration there by Logan Baxley once again. The linebacker got into the backfield, dropped him for loss, and I believe that will force a punt here on 4th down.
Yeah, sniffed that out. Had both of them. I just knocked our statistician in the head, Todd Berry, man.
Don't do that.
He's top shelf, man.
That's right.
He is top shelf.
Done a lot of games together over the years. 4th down and 4. Once again, Fairview's got to stay on side here. They do. Punt is away, angling toward the near side, and it bounces and dies right where it bounced and is down at the 31-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. So Miller's punt, 22 yards and no return. So 5:59 to go in this first half, and Creekwood leading by a score of 7-0.
Tune in Monday through Friday, The Bill King Show, live 6 to 9 a.m. on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. The Bill King Show, the best college football show on this planet Earth and other planets yet to be discovered.
Did he write that or did you?
I did not.
Okay. First down. Snap in the shotgun. Keeping is McCoy. He's going to push it to about the 33-yard line. So basically got a yard, maybe 2 on the play. McCoy 2 for 5 passing for -5 yards. Grant, the leading ground gainer for Fairview, 5 carries, 33 yards. So not a lot of big, gaudy offensive numbers so far for the Yellow Jackets. They'll give it to Claxton running right on the jet sweep. He'll make a move to about the 37-yard line, and that will bring up 3rd down.
Mays McCoy coming up a little gimpy right after that handoff, don't know you, but he's
he's stretching right now, isn't he?
On that left leg, yeah.
He's hobbling a little bit as he gets lined up.
3rd and 3 from the 38.
They list the backup quarterback as Claxton, by the way. 3rd down and 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Curtis moves from one side of the formation to the other. Looking to throw is McCoy. Looked left, then threw back to the right and came up right at the first down. I think he got a very favorable spot on that catch. It looked like it might be a little short, but forward progress is going to give him a first down.
I don't think so. I know so. He got a very favorable spot.
But Fairview will take it, the first down on the reception.
Completion of the pass allows for a first down for the Yellow Jackets, 1st and 10.
So now first down from the 42-yard line. We'll keep an eye on McCoy. He was moving a little gingerly. Handoff, Claxton up into the 45-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. Cy Lunsford, one of the linebackers, to make the stop. Along with Sam England, we've called his name quite a bit tonight so far.
Do you feel like both teams are playing it a little bit conservatively? I know Fairview, with the turnovers, Creekwood committed 3 last week against Dixon County. Looks like both teams offensively conservative here in the first half.
2nd down and 7, straight handoff right up the gut to about the 48-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Handoff to number 27.
Just the quick hitter right there to Kendrick Curtis, the senior, at fullback. Give him about 4 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd and a short 3. So McCoy looks to the wristband. He'll go under center this time. I formation behind him. 2 receivers left, 1 split to the right. 3rd down, just shy of midfield. Handoff tailback up the middle, I believe the first down into Creekwood territory at the 47-yard line. Boy, good, hard, just north and south running by Layden Grant. 6 foot 205, and he knew where he had to get, Greg, and he got exactly there.
Well, the strength is the nose guard. That 3-3, you're looking at the big man in the middle, Connor Ferris, that's the other 77, with Josh McCoy at about 6'4", 290 as well. And they're just running straight at him.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Red Hawks' 47-yard line. Clock is running inside 3 minutes to go in the half, so Fairview's got to pay a little attention to that. Pass is complete to Claxton, breaks a tackle inside the 40, tries to get out of bounds, and I believe does, very close to a first down.
Outside of first downs, that's the first time the clock is stopped at, what, about 6-7 minutes.
Stops with 2:47 left to go in the half.
What a beautiful setting here.
Yep.
And I've been to Montgomery Bell State Park and around this area, but not to Creekwood High School, and just a wonderful, up on a plateau, if you will. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Second down and 3, where they have concession stands on both sidelines.
Well, and the first thing I checked was to make sure that the hamburger grills were not in the line of fire like last week.
You were worried all night about
that. Well, that kicker that was kicking, what, for Springfield?
Yep.
I mean, he was putting it through the end zone right there by the grill. I mean, come on, man.
And Fairview, an illegal substitution penalty is called. That walks it back to the 44-yard line of the Red Hawks, brings up second down and about 8.
2nd and 7 from the 44.
That is the second penalty tonight against Fairview for 10 yards. No running room whatsoever, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up third down.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Joe, I have to confess, I did try one of the burgers.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, it's research.
Tap into the research budget for that?
Yes. Yeah, I got a receipt. How far that will go.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
3rd and 8. Fairview 3 for 6 on third downs. They've converted the last couple in a row. Rush is coming. McCoy eludes it. Throws down the far sideline, underthrown, almost caught, but a penalty flag is down.
Exactly the right call as well. The defender got turned around, didn't get his shoulder or his head square back to the ball, and ran right through the potential receiver. That was an obvious call.
Boy, sometimes that's the hardest pass to defend when it's underthrown. The receiver comes back, and there's nothing that the defender can do about it. So our referee, Josh McWhorter, will walk this one off.
McCoy did a really nice job stepping up and avoiding that rush. Looked like a blitz coming off that left side, stepped up into the pocket.
So the walk-off will take it down inside the 30 to the Creekwood 29. 1:46 to go. So still plenty of time. Couple of timeouts still left in the bag for Fairview. So they've got all the options still. McCoy under center on 1st and 10 from the 29. Hands off. Inside the 30 to the 25, penalty flags down. Might be a face mask as Curtis started through the middle, and you saw his head kind of turn around very quickly.
For the Red Hawks, number 58, Luke Grantham.
Well, back-to-back penalties now on Creekwood, helping out the Fairview Yellow Jackets.
Luke Grantham made the tackle, but let's see. And it will be a personal foul, face mask, so that should take it down into the red zone.
Against the Red Hawks.
So penalties becoming a big factor. They walk it down to about the 13-yard line in the red zone, Fairview. 1:41 to go in the half. First down. McCoy is going all the way at quarterback.
Penalty came at the end of the run, so that's from where they tack it on.
Receivers split to each side. McCoy in the shotgun on first down. Takes the snap, looks to throw, pumps, now throws down the far sideline, incomplete. Little miscommunication there. The receiver did a little hitch and go into the end zone. The ball was thrown behind him toward the sideline.
Pressure causing that as well. McCoy had a defender all in his grill. They were doing a little hook and go, if you will, that fake, and then tried to float it out. He didn't have the time.
2nd and 10. Clock is stopped, 1:36 to go in the half. McCoy is 4 of 7 passing for 8 yards. Handoff Grant. Grant's going to take it inside the 10 and inside the 5 and all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Fairview. What a big answer for the Yellow Jackets right before the end of the half.
Old student body right that time. Just pulled the right guard, led off, running back along the right side as well. The entire offensive line building that wall. Grant cuts it back, finds Enzo, powered his way those last few yards.
11 yards on the touchdown run, and now on to attempt the extra point to try to tie this game is Carter Terry. He is a sophomore. That's the first points of the season for Fairview. His kick is low, and it is good. It just got over the crossbar, but we are all even. 90 seconds left in the half. It's Creekwood 7, Fairview 7, right here on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
It's a Bill King Show.
I told you this in 2010. This is about football. The other sports don't matter. I know that's offensive to some. I don't mean it to be. It's true. Whatever football decides, you have to follow. Period. You have no vote. You're not getting a seat at the table. Gonna do what you're told. Here's where we're going. Here's how we're gonna do.
Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on Sports Radio 560 on 95.9 FM. You're listening to the Midstate Checkdown High School Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
90 seconds left in the half, tied 7-7, Fairview and Creekwood.
Listen in tomorrow morning, Saturday mornings, to the longest-running high school prep football talk show in town. Prep Football Talk, presented by Freeman Webb, hosted by Craig Ladd, Coach Bubba Spears, and myself. Marcel Reed was our player of the week last week. Him and Coach Marty Uberard from MBA will be on with us. And our legend will be former Whites Creek and TSU quarterback James Wade. And in a few weeks, on a Thursday night, we've got CPA at MBA.
That's right.
For the Yellow Jackets.
Well, this kickoff could be critical. The kickoffs have not been deep. You don't want Creekwood, if you're Fairview, to get great field position with a minute and a half left in the half. Let's see how they opt to do this. Back deep is Elliott and McKinnon. They're going to kick it on the ground. It bounces at the 30, got through the first man, picked up by the back man, McKinnon. McKinnon tries to get to the sideline, turns up 35, 40, and then steps out of bounds. Maybe a late hit there as well. Let's see.
Certainly the Creekwood sideline where it happened wanted it. That was close to a late hit out of bounds.
I think they're saying that he tried to pull up and didn't finish it. 20 yards on the return, so Creekwood will have good field position. They still have one timeout remaining. 1:23 left on the clock before intermission.
Of course, if it happens right in front of you, you got that flag signal. Yeah.
Ball is spotted at the 42-yard line of the Redhawks. Elliott in the backfield. Donaldson flares the pass to Elliott, makes the catch, and nice open field tackle that time made by Claxton. And that's going to be basically about back to the line of scrimmage. May have lost about a half a yard as well.
Yeah, tried to get out of bounds. Good tackle that time to prevent it.
Elliott, 3 carries for 30 yards. Elliott, a couple of catches for 11 yards. Leading ground gainer, Sweat, yard. Yeah.
With you don't do that silly. Turn the ball over.
Gets the ball to the third quarter.
We had 3 turnovers last week.
Donaldson in the shotgun to throw. Has time. Throws long. And a man goes up and makes the catch in traffic in the middle of 3 Fairview defenders. Keon Robertson, the sophomore, who had a 54-yard touchdown catch last week, moves the chains with still 35 seconds left. Clock is running. 23 yards on the gain.
Creekwood has one timeout remaining as well, but that one was on a rope by Donaldson into triple coverage. The receiver goes up, and it really had the ball at the only place he could get it, and what a throw.
So Fairview takes the timeout with 30 seconds left. We'll keep it here as Creekwood trying to get back on the board one more time before halftime. 7-7 is our score.
Coming up at halftime, scoreboard action from the Nashville Sports Radio studio with Larry Dosky and Bruno Reagan and Devlin McKenzie, and then I'll keep you all up with all the scores around the mid-state after the game, all the way up to 11 o'clock tonight.
We'll have halftime stats off the sharpened pencil of Todd Berry. You know, Fairview last week in their 19-0 loss to Page gave up really 3 scoring plays that were all big plays. They were not, 2-yard runs.
And Page is a pretty good football team.
Yeah, they
too.
are. They are. But Fairview, the touchdown catch by Robertson was just a miscommunication. Fairview came out and didn't put a man out there on him defensively, and so they just looked up and threw it to him, and he was gone. First down from the Fairview 33. Donaldson being chased. Now he plants, throws long toward the end zone, overthrew his intended receiver. Was looking for Robertson. There's a penalty flag down back at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a hold on the Redhawks. Another pass, though, Greg, where the receiver sort of broke it off instead of streaking into the end zone. Still learning to communicate early in the season who's going to read to go where. And the penalty walks it back to the 46-yard line. And I would think one of the things coach is not going to be overly happy about in the first half for Creekwood is 4 penalties for 60 yards.
At the 46.
And several of them coming in plus territory as well.
And I think Fairview has now used its final timeout with 24 seconds left in the half. I got to believe this is just a communication thing, Greg, to get the coach over there to say, we need to make sure that we're on the right page defensively. There's 24 seconds left. You're not trying to get the ball back, with first down and 24 seconds left.
College football starts tomorrow. Nashville Sports Radio has the very first kickoff of all college football. 10 o'clock the pregame, 11 o'clock up in Bowling Green, Austin P at WKU. Yes, indeedy. College football starts on our station tomorrow morning.
Seemed like it would never get here.
No. Austin P making the move from the OVC to the Atlantic Sun.
Well, it's hard to keep up with where everybody is now.
WKU still in Conference USA.
Mm-hmm. So first down and 22 after the penalty. 24 seconds left before halftime. Blitz is coming. Donaldson stands in, throws to the sideline, caught by Elliott as he goes to the ground at about the 35-yard line. They're going to line up in a hurry, try to get the line, probably spike it one more time, and they do with 16 seconds left in the half. Creekwood is out of timeouts.
Ball down by Donaldson.
What do? Just take a couple shots, put Elliott out there, and let him go get it?
Yep. Well, Robertson has shown the ability to go up and get one in traffic tonight already.
In triple coverage.
Only a sophomore. So the 2 receivers, Robertson and Elliott, are split to the right. 2 receivers split back to the left. Donaldson to throw. Comes to the near sideline, caught by Elliott, steps out of bounds after a short gain inside the 30.
Just a 3-man rush that time. Fairview just dropping everybody back in coverage.
So that brings up 4th down.
4th and 4.
And about 4.
From the 27.
The ball is at the 27-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. A field goal from here would be 44 yards or so.
Hook and ladder.
Well, there's several plays in the book, you know. So now the final timeout is used to try to come up with whatever that one play is.
Join Run With It Sundays, 11 a.m., hosted by Ray Doskey and Patton Cook. Run With It focuses on all your breaking news from the NFL, fantasy leagues. Run With It every Sunday morning at 11. Patton, of course, Patton Cook, the show producer for the Bill King Show and the Greg Pogue, John Burton Show. Hey, and I tell you what, the coaches this week were just wonderful. Houston Thiel here at Creekwood and Chris Hughes over at Fairview. Had them on the show Wednesday. We repurposed that, is what we call it in the business, for our pregame here.
Donaldson 7 for 9 for 85 yards passing. And let's see what the Red Hawks have dialed up on 4th down and 4. Now, with 11 seconds, they conceivably could run a play just to get a first down and gain a little bit of yardage. But getting line, it would have to go out of bounds. It would have to be a sideline play to get it started again. They're going to try the field goal. They're going to line up. This will be a 44-yard attempt. Low snap. Kick is on the way, and that kick is going to be well short. May have been partially blocked, and is going to be down in the end zone.
It was blocked, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody had a big paw on that one.
Now, Miller lined up to try to kick the game winner at the end of regulation last week against Dixon County and got that one blocked as well. So now Fairview, you would think, with 9 seconds left.
They're crediting Latham with the block. I remember I told you he's everywhere, right?
From the 20-yard line.
So now, with the ball at the 20-yard line, I would assume you see a victory formation here and just head to the locker room in a tie game. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Well, mistakes by both teams. Penalties were certainly a factor for both teams. Both teams got into the end zone just the one time. And at halftime, we are tied at 7 apiece. And hopefully we'll have a quick visit with Houston Thiel here in just a second.
You to support the Charlotte Lions Club in the purchase of your commemorative football program.
Good first half of football.
Yep.
Really not a lot of mistakes made. Few penalties on Creekwood. I'm sure they won't be happy about that.
And I think the coach is putting the headset on right now. And
hey, guys, I'm here.
Hey, Coach, thank you very much. Interesting first half. Some mistakes, some big plays for everybody.
Yeah, high school football, right? So we're still playing with kids, and sometimes they get it right, sometimes they get it wrong, but been a fun one, huh?
Yeah, a lot of tackle-to-tackle running for both teams, just sort of straight-ahead football in that first half.
Yeah, that's kind of where we, make our money. We feel like it's between the tackles, and if we can't be successful there, we're in for a long night. But I think we've done things well. Just had some missteps there in crucial spots.
Yeah, a couple of penalties I know you're probably not the happiest about, but what's your biggest adjustment you think need to be at halftime?
Yeah, we got some guys that got a little banged up right there, so we had to throw some younger guys in at some crucial spots. So the biggest thing is going to get those guys coached up so they understand what their assignments are in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Good luck.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Appreciate it. That's Coach Thiel with us at halftime. And a good first half of football. We'll have all the stats coming up for you, as well as the scoreboard update coming up with Ray and Bruno back in the studio. It's halftime from Creekwood, and it's Fairview 7, Creekwood 7 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
With 13 locations nationally, including Smyrna, Star Leasing Company is a semi-trailer one-stop shop and the perfect place to build a career as a semi-trailer mechanic. Seeking candidates with all levels of experience, Star Leasing Company has a semi-trailer technician trainee program with sign-on and quarterly bonuses and other opportunities such as $1,000 for having a yearly physical. The package also includes 401k with company match, health, dental, and vision insurance, competitive pay with weekly paychecks, and paid holidays and time off. Star Leasing Company, not your typical semi-trailer leasing company. Visit starleasing.com to learn more.
Sir Speedy is a proud sponsor of high school football on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. At Sir Speedy Music City, we provide commercial print, signs, and mailing services to companies all over Tennessee and actually all over the world. If you need anything like that, you give us a call, 615-832-9511, SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are a proud sponsor of high school athletics on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Call us at 615-832-9511. Go to the web at SirSpeedyMusicCity.com or email us at print@SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are the official sign company of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
This is WNSR's broadcast of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
Welcome to the halftime Mid-State Checkdown Scoreboard Show. We got Bruno Reagan leading the charge for the halftime show. I got my faithful companion, Ray Dosky.
I'm here, man. Let's do it.
We got the man, the stats. We got my boy, Devin McKenzie, behind the board. Let's get us some scores. Update the people, all right? Now, let's see. Clarksville, my Clarksville Wildcats. They're starting behind Springfield. Currently, Clarksville 0, Springfield 13. That's the 99th installment of that game. That is the longest running series of games in all of the state of Tennessee. This is their 99th consecutive meeting. Springfield currently up 13-0. Cane Ridge up 21-0 against Antioch. We got Franklin and Page They're tied both at 7. Montgomery Central and Clarksville Northeast. Clarksville Northeast currently up 8-7 against Montgomery Central. Then we have Westmoreland coming out strong against Macon County, currently up 22-2. Germantown currently up 9-0 on Memphis University. Eagleville up on Houston County, 14-0. Coffee County Central, 14, Tullahoma 0. Smith County up on DeKalb County, 14-7. We have Hendersonville currently trailing South Warren, 0-3. South Warren kind of surprising Hendersonville there early in the game.
Our own Zach Williams is calling the game tonight.
He'll be able to call in
later tonight to tell us all the
like
action.
a good game.
High scoring affair there.
Mm-hmm. We got a big matchup here with Beach and Henry County. Beach currently up 9-7. Henry County appearing on the Max Preps top 25, currently trailing. We got Farragut. They're trailing 14-26 right now against. All right, well, the internet. Let's go to McGavock. McGavock up 26-0 on Hillwood. So McGavock representing the Metro Nashville area schools. Lebanon currently up on Wilson Central, 14-3. Oh, there we go. Yep, McGavock 26, Hilltopper 0. We have Seymour up on Cherokee, 19-7. We have Fairview and Creekwood, we just heard with our Greg Pogue and Joe Fisher covering. They're currently tied at 7, going into halftime. Baylor up on Ensworth in a big top 10 battle in the mid-state. Baylor's currently up 21-14.
That's a surprising game.
Very surprising.
Right?
Yes. Summit currently up on Spring Hill 28-0. Arlington currently up on Memphis East 48-6. Brentwood Academy up on CPA 14-3, another top 15 battle. Brentwood Academy currently ranked 15th in the Max Preps top 25 for Tennessee. CPA coming in at 12. Brentwood Academy with a little bit of a comfortable lead. It's nothing you want to get comfortable with.
It's all been Deuce Scott, George McIntyre, who's 24/7 number 2 quarterback for the 2025 class.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been all of them. It's been what I've been watching on. It's an exciting game.
Yeah, I mean it's only 14-3, so they still got a chance to come back. Riverdale at Rossview, 21-0. Riverdale is going to be one of those teams. It's actually going to be next week's mid-state checkdown game of the week, I believe, against Oakland.
That's going to be a banger.
It's going to be an absolute banger. Riverdale is probably one of the top 3 teams from that Murfreesboro area going into a game with Oakland, who is the consensus number 1. Blackman up 28-8 against Gallatin High School. Rounding it out, we have Friendship Christian up on Mount Juliet Christian Academy 32-0. Getting to the tail end of our scores here, we have Grace Christian Academy 7, Middle Tennessee Christian 0. And that wraps up our scoreboard update. Now, Ray, you've been keeping up with some of the stats in these games.
Yeah.
Are there any that stick out across the mid-state going into halftime for most of these games?
Outside of what I talked about with the CPA Brentwood Academy game with Deuce Scott, basically I think he scored on an 11-play drive, and George McIntyre, number 2 prep, high school football player in the mid-state region, ranked by 24/7 for the 2025 class. Blackman, pair of big touchdown passes. Zakian Brickley with a 5-yard touchdown run. It's been all Blackman. Mm-hmm. And many believe that Blackman Gallatin game was going to be one of the better games to watch this week.
It's kind of a blowout right now.
Yeah. Independence over Transvent, 27-0. It's been pretty much all of them. They just controlled the game. Friendship over Mount Juliet Christian Academy. Yeah, Garrett Weekly with a 37-yard touchdown pass to Brock Montgomery. Then you just soon by that it was basically MJCA's Andy Griffith with his 3rd pick of the season, followed by a Friendship Tyson Wilcock score. And then right before the half, it was another Chaz Eakes with a 33 touchdown run to make it 23-0. I mean, it's been pretty much a slobber-knocking game. I'm surprised about how NBA, of course, 14-0 with Procom. Is the South Valley game versus Hendersonville.
Yeah, so NBA and Procon. Procon's kind of representing the metro schools. I think Procon is consistently the top-ranked metro school. Mm-hmm. They've had some big players come out of that program, mainly Keyshawn Vaughn, who's currently with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, played at Illinois and Vanderbilt respectively. They're hanging in tight with NBA, who is, I think NBA is considered right now the best private school team in the state, and then we have Oakland, who's kind of the best public school team in the state right now. So NBA scored first on a screenplay. Now, I don't see too many screens in high school. When I was in college, Ray, screens were a very hard thing to get guys to execute properly. There's a lot of timing. There's a lot of
moving parts.
Yes, absolutely. It requires a ton of offensive. It requires a ton of discipline from the offensive line. Maybe your eyes, your heads. Something that I've seen college athletes struggle to do their entire career. And it was what NBA scored on in the red zone. It was a wide receiver screen, extremely disciplined. I got to see the clip going into halftime. I was like, wow, that is a testament of great coaching, players buying into the systems and the plays that they're learning. I mean, NBA really does seem like they're on a different level. Now, Pearl Cohen is sticking in there, but when you're competing against a team that's executing at this level,
right,
it's pretty tough. Now, the NBA quarterback, he has little ties to the mid-state as well. Rod Reed, who was the head coach at TSU, his son is currently the quarterback at NBA, and I think he's starting to finally, make a name for himself, he's starting to generate some attention.
So let's talk about the game we're covering. We're calling tonight, the Fairview Creekwood game. Creekwood was first on top, got a sweet 24-yard touchdown, kind of gave Creekwood that advantage, gave them the momentum. And in closing to the half, Fairview was able to come in, score an 11-yard run. We all know that a few penalties is what basically kept that drive going. Now you go into halftime. Come out second half. You're at halftime. What are the coaches saying? Because right now it's now a 0-0 game again, right?
I'll give you what both coaches are saying in their respective locker rooms. I think Joe Fisher nailed it on the head. Creekwood has the speed advantage, and if they can keep up condition-wise, they just have to not kill themselves on the penalty. It's still going to be it's not like they're going to run away with the game. But I think Creekwood knows going into halftime, from what we've heard on the call, they're the better, more athletic team. They just can't kill themselves with penalties on the defensive side of the football to allow Fairview to march down the field. Because it would feel a lot better if they were up 7-0. They would at least know, this is a game. This doesn't seem like a game that should be 0-0. So Creekwood is stay disciplined, and because we're a better team than them. So if we stay disciplined, we should come out with this game with the W. Now, on Fairview's side, there has to be a sense of urgency and execution. And who's going to make that play? Because now that we only have 2 more quarters of football, if you're the guy to cause a disruption, maybe get the strip sack, maybe get the interception. Be that guy. Be the hero of the game and change the momentum. Because this game really shouldn't be that close right now, but it's that's kind of how it seemed.
Well, that's great. I mean, I believe that wholeheartedly. I think that now it's a fruition of like 0-0 going to the second half. It seems like it's more or less been like a battle of field position. Both teams have been able to go to, able to control the momentum, what have you, in terms of like where they're able to position to possibly score. Yeah, that misable figure, but I'm really excited. I can't wait for the second half. Let's go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll go back to those guys, Joe and Greg, to cover the second half of Creekwood versus
Fairview.
There we go.
From the big game to the big dance, Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel downtown is your game day and watch party headquarters. Don't worry about entertaining guests and trying to feed everyone. Sit back, relax, cheer on your team, and let the Bar Line staff take care of you. Grab a Bar Line signature cocktail and enjoy some wicked deviled eggs, or a Bar Line's double stack, and finish it off with some Jack and Coke chocolate cake. Bust your belly and your bracket at Bar Lines, located in the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown. Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
This is the Greg Pogue and John Burton Show.
Mickey Yates is here, ladies and gentlemen.
As a fan of both of the men, this is the place to be. Do you want to know about sports? This is the place to be. Listen to John and Greg. This is it.
Wow. That was awesome.
I quit.
Yeah, no, I'm done. That's a mic drop.
Greg Pogue and News Channel 5's John Burton. WNSR. Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, Ray here from Run With It. Let me tell you about our sponsor, Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House. And with 4 locations in Bellevue, Murfreesboro, Spring Hill, and East Nashville, they're your home for the best gourmet pizza and craft beers in Music City. Join me on Monday nights at the East Nashville location for poker night. And if you think you know everything, try Wednesday night trivia at both locations. Gourmet pizzas, craft beers, online at BoomBozz.com. Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House.
Dry rub wings are back at Slim Chickens. Fresh, fried, and full of flavor. Like smooth and kickin' cayenne ranch, zesty lemon pepper, or turn it up with new spicy Nashville hot. Try them today with a meal or feed your hungry crowd. But hurry, they're only back for a limited time. At Slim's, bold flavor is what we do. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
The Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week will continue shortly. Now, here's your scoreboard update from the Strike and Spare studio.
Real quick, we got a quick update on the NBA game. They're up 21-0 with 2 minutes left in the first half. Jonathan Moore, 15-yard touchdown run. So NBA kind of pulling away. Ray, you had a quick update for us,
East
too.
Robertson versus White House. 1 second left in the first quarter. They were down. It was 4th and 25. Guess what happened?
No,
that's right. Colin Cook to Zach Prince for a touchdown.
How do you think that happens? Is it just maybe they don't have a kicker?
I mean,
they don't have a kicker they trust?
How are you you just
some high schools just opt for no specialists.
4th and 25 with 1 second left in the first quarter.
They're like
25 zinger, boom, touchdown.
What I would give to
right now over White House.
Yeah, what I would give to be a fly on the wall for the team that got scored on with 4th and 25 with the second left. Well, I mean, if it's 4th and 25, but you have a second left, you know they can't get the ball back. So I guess really it's worth the risk if you got a stud athlete. That's what I love about high school football is they're really in the NFL we'll say there's a mismatch, but it's 2 elite athletes. Right. In high school, listen, there are some insane mismatches out there. There will be a 5'8" linebacker that weighs like 230. I mean, oddball, a guy that looks like Zach Williams, right?
Right.
And you'll match him up against Van Jefferson. That's a mismatch. So if you got one of those, just 4th and 25, throw it up. You never know what could happen. Yeah, this Blackman Gallatin game, it was all expected, right? The fireworks. There was a down going 24 points last week for Blackman. This week they're back to being the offensive juggernaut. Yeah. 28 points because they averaged 34 last year. So that's a crazy game. But we've got a great game here on the show. Here we've got Creekwood versus Fairview. Yeah, Fairview. I expect Creekwood to pull away here and going into the second half. But do you think it's a last possession type game? It could be. What it's going to come down to, I've always said it: penalties, turnovers. Real quick, we're going to head back to the booth. We got Joe Fisher, Greg Pogue. Okay, no. So we're going to basically say that it's going to be a more or less like a last possession. Are you thinking that it's going to be like a high score? Who do you have in the second half? Where do you see the momentum right now sitting? Creekwood. I think Creekwood comes out. I think they score off the fly. I think they're really, they're going to be extremely disciplined, which is the whole thing. They're trying to be disciplined, pull back, no penalties. I think it's going to be all of them in the second half. All right. But Fairview. Let me give you Fairview's path to winning this game. All right. They need instantly a turnover. That's going to give them the momentum. That's going to give them the lead, whether it's a pick. They need to be aggressive. They need to be calling their blitzes. They need to open up the playbook because this is something you don't want to leave on the line. This is something that limit the penalties as well. Yeah, you don't want to wait till the fourth quarter or the last possession to try and make up for the rest of the game. You need momentum now, and momentum matters in high school games. I mean, these are young men, and the games get emotional. So you want to try and stay on the side of momentum. That wraps up the Mid-State Checkdown scoreboard. We'll send it back to Joe Fisher and Greg Pogue back at the game for the second half.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Paid for by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
It's a Bill King Show.
Lane Kiffin. Let me get this straight. Bill, smooth-talking James Franklin just lost a quarterback recruit to Sun Belt Billy. Put him on the hot seat, Bill. The only thing James Franklin is good at is working the coaching carousel for a raise each year. He's really good at that. He's very, very good.
Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on Sports Radio 560 on 95.9 FM.
Founded in 1974 and serving the Nashville area and mid-state since 2015, Star Leasing Company is a one-stop shop for all semi-trailer needs. With 13 locations nationally and serving Tennessee cities and nearby areas, Star Leasing does semi-trailer leasing and rentals, purchases new and used trailers, offers maintenance and unscheduled repairs on Star Leasing and non-Star trailers, including over the road, and can take care of all your semi-trailer needs, from brakes and tires to full rebuild. A member of the TTA, Star Leasing Company is not your typical semi-trailer leasing company. Learn more at starleasing.com.
Sir Speedy is a proud sponsor of high school football on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. At Sir Speedy Music City, we provide commercial print, signs, and mailing services to companies all over Tennessee and actually all over the world. If you need anything like that, you give us a call, 615-832-9511, SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are a proud sponsor of high school athletics on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Call us at 615-832-9511. Go to the web at SirSpeedyMusicCity.com or email us at print@SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are the official sign company of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
Greg Pogue back once again to tell you about Bongo Java, Nashville's oldest and most celebrated coffee company, now also located in the Omni Nashville Hotel. Reward yourself for surviving Nashville traffic with fresh, locally roasted coffee, classic handcrafted espresso drinks, and fresh baked goods all day long. And free Wi-Fi, so you don't have to work from home. Number one in customer service. You made it through the traffic. Reward yourself with a perfect pick-me-up at Bongo Java. Fresh coffee, delicious treats, great atmosphere. Open 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. daily. Bongo Java at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
Let's go! Let's go! It's the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Greg Pogue as color analysis. Now to the field for your second half coverage. Here's Joe Fisher.
Fairview and Creekwood tied at 7 as we get set for the second half here at Creekwood. First half stats off the mechanical pencil of one Todd Barron. Todd Berry, thank you very much for being here today. Creekwood, 94 yards rushing, 83 yards passing, 177 in total offense. Fairview, 66 yards rushing, only 8 yards passing, 74 yards of total offense. Creekwood, 8 first downs. Fairview was 7. Yellow Jackets, 3 of 6 on third down. Creekwood was 2 of 6. Individually, Grant, 7 carries, 48 yards, and a touchdown for Fairview. Sweat, 9 carries, 58 yards, and a touchdown for Creekwood. McCoy passing for the Yellow Jackets, 4 of 7 for 8 yards. Donaldson for Creekwood, 7 of 9 for 85 yards. One of the key stats, again, penalties in that first half. Creekwood, 4 penalties, 50 yards. A couple of them came on Fairview's touchdown drive. Penalties really hurt Creekwood in the first half.
Yeah, back-to-back penalties on that drive, as a matter of fact. 3 of the 4 actually coming on that drive as well. And as we talked to Coach Steele, as we going in at halftime, certainly that said he had a few players banged up and had to get some players out there that aren't usually in those situations. So some mistakes there. We'll see with that. But I think a pretty evenly played game. If you take away the penalties, though, Creekwood sort of got to feel like they should have had this lead going into half and coming out of it.
Well, I noticed one of the players that was banged up, and I see down on the sideline here with a leg brace on the back of a gator there is Bo Sanderson, who's a senior safety who is a starter and is not in the lineup tonight for Creekwood, so they're having to make some adjustments with some players that the coach said we're having to coach them up a little bit here at halftime, make sure they know where they're all supposed to be.
I like. He goes, that's high school football. We're coaching kids.
That's right. But a good first half and a tie game, and we'll see. It'll be Creekwood to get the ball to open the third quarter.
High school football next Friday night. You and Kelly Holcomb, Riverdale, and Blackman.
Looking forward to it.
Should be a good one. Riverdale, you're going to get to see Caleb Herring, who is the number one rated player in the state of Tennessee and one of the top 20. He's a true 5-star.
Yep.
Of course, his brother Elijah is already at Tennessee, and he's committed to Tennessee as well.
So just about set to get things going here.
And then after that, CPA MBA and Marcel Reed, who's headed to Ole Miss.
Some good players in the mid-state.
Oh, and we've talked about this. When you were back doing TV and I was the prep editor, the banner back then, and obviously the population growth is leading to that. But you look at just the quality of coaching, and it starts at the feeder level.
Yep.
Yeah, at 7th, 8th grade level, how quality the coaching is at that level.
Well, how many? And we've seen it in smaller communities actually for a long time. But you talk about the feeder level, the junior highs, the junior pros run the same basic offense that the high school runs, just so they become familiar with it for years.
And you look at where the schools are coming in right now just in the mid-state. I know the McGavick running back decommitted from Michigan State, Oregon, Texas A&M. They're coming from all over the country to recruit the mid-state.
Fairview will kick the ball away. Creekwood will receive, and Creekwood will move left to right as we open this third quarter. It'll be Elliott and McKinnon back deep to receive the kickoff. I tell you what, they've both proven to be threats when they get their hands on the football. And let's see if Carter Terry is going to give them an opportunity. He pooched one of these earlier in the game. And this one's going to be a little wobbly up the middle. Takes a really wicked bounce. Chased down by Elliott at the 15 to the 20. Plants what a great plant to the 25 to the 30. Gets on the sideline and steps out of bounds. Boy, he's got, a lot of people won't remember Johnny Rogers, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Plant the leg and then take it away, and unbelievable what we saw there. 18 yards on the return.
Well, and his shiftiness is from head to toe also, because he's using his shoulders and his head. And, of course, if you're going to tackle him, you got to keep that eyeball right on that belly button.
First down for the Red Hawks from their 33-yard line, just underway third quarter. Henderson splits wide to the left. Now they're going to bring a second receiver, Robertson, over to that side as well, and another penalty flag is down. And that's going to be another substitution penalty on Creekwood.
Yeah, you can't have 12 at a time.
Well, again, coaches, you got players that are probably playing roles they're not accustomed to right now, and they're having a little bit of confusion. So Donaldson's going to take the opportunity to come get the play call on the sideline.
Well, that's got to frustrate a coach. The first play of the half as well.
So now 5 penalties for Creekwood on the night for 55 yards. Walks it back to the 28-yard line. Shotgun with 2 receivers in the backfield as well. Donaldson gives to Sweat running left, and then he's going to run into a wall at about the 26-yard line. And that was Bobby Dawson, the sophomore defensive end, who was there to close down the middle.
Almost in a pistol setup is because that running back on the right was parallel to the quarterback.
Second down, 16. A loss of 1 on the carry. So now Sweat 10 carries for 57 yards on the night. Sweat had 106 yards last week in the win over Dixon County. Elliott goes in motion. They hand it to him on a jet sweep, and he runs into traffic at about the 28-yard line. Fairview getting a little better now on their pursuit and trying to turn that back in, because Elliott, when he gets outside, is really dangerous.
What did Creekwood say? We're going to formation. That time, Elliott was in the near slot and the jet sweep out of a 4-wide set.
Creekwood 3 for 6 on third downs tonight. This is a third and long, third and about 16. 10:35 to go third quarter, tied Fairview and Creekwood 7-7. Donaldson in the gun. Now they bring Elliott in motion right to left. faked the give. Donaldson looking long down the near sideline. Pass is caught. Oh, what a catch. What a catch at the 46-yard line of Fairview. That is Will McKinnon. What a tremendous adjustment, and made that catch almost on his back and right near the sideline, a gain of 31.
And good defense by the defensive back, Cadence Clark, as well. He just caught that one running backwards.
Terrific catch for McKinnon. His second catch of the night for 41 yards. And Creekwood moves into Fairview territory, first down from the Yellow Jackets 46. Keeper by Donaldson. Runs over the right side of the line, pushes it inside the 40, close to a first down at about the 37-yard line. That time he faked the give to Sweat and kept it right up the middle on a design quarterback keep.
Yeah, well, remember we had talked so much about tackle to tackle with Coach Steele as he was leaving the field. Faking on that, the Springfield defenders bite on it and just cuts it right up the gut.
So now Creekwood over 100 yards rushing on the night, 103 yards.
And seemingly to be in a bit of a rhythm right now.
It was enough for the first down. 1st and 10. Quick pass by Donaldson is batted down at the line of scrimmage. And then Donaldson was batted down as he turned it loose. Pressure was coming.
2nd and 10. Ball remains on the 36.
2nd and 10 now at the 36-yard line.
Lucky that wasn't picked off as well, because it sort of fell in between about 3 or 4 Fairview defenders.
Weston Pape is the one that put the hit on Donaldson. 2nd down and 10. Quick give to Sweat. Tries the right side. He's going to push it inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Combining for the tackles there, Curtis and Dawson.
Just a little delay right there on it, and sort of froze that second level of linebackers.
3rd and a long 6. Ball is spotted at the 33-yard line. What very well could be 4-down territory again at this range. There's that variation of the pistol you were talking about. Elliott behind Donaldson, but then another running back standing to the left of Donaldson. They'll give it to Elliott, let him try the left side, and an excellent open field tackle short of the first down is made by Cade Johns, the defensive end, and now 4th down in the decision time, and I believe Creekwood's going to go.
Yeah. Field goal would be from about 50 yards. The one they tried before halftime was blocked, never got much elevation on it to begin with, so it's certainly 4-down territory here.
4th and 6.
4th down and 6. The ball is spotted at the 32-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Donaldson in the gun. Takes the snap, looking to throw, looking right all the way, and the pass is incomplete. He overthrew Elliott, who was well covered. Probably just as well it was overthrown. Excellent coverage there. Langford was there, and Grant was there as well. And Fairview will take it over on down.
Yeah, had that snuffed out all the way. Had him bracketed on both sides. Better off just throwing that thing away.
So Creekwood seemed to have some momentum in the first quarter. Fairview seemed to gain it in the second quarter. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets can do on their first possession of the third quarter. First down, handoff right up the middle. That's Grant's going to push it close to the 35-yard line. Gain of a couple on the play.
Nothing fancy there, just power eye, straight ahead football behind the lead fullback.
Cy Lunsford, the Will linebacker, makes the tackle after a gain of 2. So Grant, 8 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown. He scored the touchdown late in that second quarter to pull this game even. I formation, rolling to throw. McCoy dumps it into the flat, caught by Claxton. He'll have it close to a first down. I think forward progress will get it out close to the 45-yard line. That will be enough for a first down. Nice design play there, a little quick movement, got him out into the flat.
We saw that earlier, and the pressure caused the quarterback to have to unload it. It was there the previous time. No surprise they went back to that one this time.
It is a first down. They'll mark it at the 44-yard line. So McCoy now 5 for 8. He doubled his passing yardage total with that completion, 16 yards on the night. First down. Handoff over the left side, maybe a yard, and that's about all. Well, a lot of traffic right there as
McCoy hands off to number 27, Kendrick Curtis. Tackles
Curtis
the Redhawks, number 3, Jackson
gets a gain for about a yard. Ham, the strong safety, came up and made the tackle.
Charlie McCormick
They
for
may
the
give him
Redhawks.
credit for 2 yards there.
Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9.
Well, we had a player
Along the
go
46.
down, and he has to come off the field. He went down and got right back up. That was the senior linebacker, Marco Ortiz. And coach is looking at him, okay, are you in or are you out?
What are you doing
yeah,
here?
What are you doing, man? He's getting an earful, that's for sure.
Oh, man. 2nd down and 8. 2 receivers split left. 1 lone setback behind the quarterback, McCoy. Comes near side pass caught by Claxton. That's going to be a hold. That's going to come back. Claxton is tackled at the 37-yard line, but that was a blatant hold out here on the block that's going to cost Fairview a nice gain.
A lot of carpet on the ground on that one. Everybody saw that. Spun the defender around.
Well, when
actually.
the defender tries to turn and run and can't, there's usually a reason for it. So instead of the first down inside the 40-yard line of Creekwood, that's going to march it back in Fairview territory
Holding penalty
to about the 38-yard line. So Fairview,
10-yard penalty.
3 penalties now for 30 yards on the night. It's not real surprising to see penalties, especially early in a season.
2nd and long for the Yellow
Well,
Jackets.
and both
Ball
teams
on the
are using a lot of
37.
young players. Except up front, excuse me.
2nd down and 15. Stretch play handoff to Grant. Turns the corner, running right. Gets about 6 yards. He's finally dragged down from behind by Sam England, who's been all over the field tonight. But Grant with a gain of 6.
Don't you think we're going to get a large dose of Grant here in the second half? Go to your well. Go to your house.
Would make some sense.
Gain of 7 on the
Well,
play.
you get, and these guys obviously are in great shape, but he's one of those guys that plays both sides of the ball, so it's not like he can grab a break when they're on defense.
Yeah, had 8 yards short of 1,400 yards last year, 90-plus tackles, led the team in both categories last year.
3rd down and 9 for the Yellow Jackets from their 45-yard line. McCoy rolling right, looking downfield long, has a man. Claxton couldn't hang on.
McCoy's pass intended
Just
for
off of
number
the
34,
fingertips at
Crawford
about the
Claxton,
26 or
incomplete.
27-yard line. The pass was on the money.
Had his man beat. Yep. He brings that in. It's a Fairview lead.
Instead, it's 4th down and 9.
Just a go route along that far sideline. Blew right past the cornerback.
So now they'll send Elliott McKinnon back once again to receive the punt from Terry. And now we've got a Creekwood player down on the field. Well, this is a humid night. We'll see if there's going to be, they'll take the opportunity to get some hydration for everybody here while they tend to the player.
Well, immediately following the game broadcast, all of our game broadcasts, as a matter of fact, stay glued to WNSR for the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Scoreboard Show. Bruno Reagan, Ray Doskey, Devlin McKenzie, they'll take you around the Mid-State for all your high school football scores and stats. The Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Scoreboard Show right here live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. And again, next Friday night, Joe Fisher and Kelly Holcomb, Hall of Famers if there are any, next Friday for our Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Blackman at Riverdale. Coverage begins on our high school night, 6:15, with Murphy's matchups. Murphy Fair, the prep guru, his statewide prep preview show. And then at halftime, and then in the postgame, the scoreboard. You guys are going to have a lot of fun.
Looking forward to it. You know, you mentioned Murphy, and gosh, I've known Murphy forever, and he's finally stopped producing his magazine.
Yeah, Murphy Fair's high school football preview magazine, 32 years.
Charlie McCormick was the downed player who is walking off on his own for Creekwood.
And tomorrow morning, continuing with the high school stuff, Prep Football Talk presented by Freeman Webb, Coach Bubba Spears, Craig Ladd, myself at 8 o'clock.
How many years you been doing
this? This is the 11th for that. And we've got Marcel Reed the quarterback from NBA, headed to Ole Miss, and his coach, Marty Uverard.
4th down and 9 for Fairview now, ready to punt the ball away. Low end over end, takes a huge 20-yard bounce, maybe even more than that, rolls down close to the 10-yard line. That's going to be the best punt of the night distance-wise for Terry. Finally got that one to bounce the way they wanted it to. It goes 45 yards.
Yeah, but McKinnon's got to come up and save his team 20 yards right there instead of getting away. There wasn't a defender near him. He could have saved his team 20 yards on that.
Instead, Creekwood will start backed up at about their own 11-yard line. Fairview 7, Creekwood 7. 5:20 to go, third quarter. Game kind of has a feeling like one big play is going to be a difference maker, whether it's a big explosive offensive play or a big costly turnover.
Or overtime.
Or you would do that, didn't you? Thank you.
That's me knocking on wood over here.
Appreciate that. From the shotgun, Donaldson rolling right, trying to find a place to go, and he's going to go down, as a matter of fact.
I don't know that he ever went down.
I was just going to say, I'm not sure he...
The defender pulled him on top of him. He was just sitting on him.
Yeah, Cade Johns made the tackle. I wondered the same thing, but everybody kind of gave up on it, and so they let it go. It's a gain of about 1.5 yards on the play. Donaldson tonight, 7 carries, 18 yards. Passing, he's 8 of 12 for 116. He is yet to complete a pass here in this half. He'll hand it off, and boy, breaking one tackle, and breaking a second one is Sweat, running left and still on his feet and dragging defenders, enough for a first down. That was a determined run by that young man, who ended up getting 12 yards out of it.
And he was hit in the backfield as well. I thought he had gone down in the backfield. Day-Day, what do you say?
Day-Day Sweat, 12 carries, 73 yards. Ball moves forward to the 24-yard line. Creekwood in its own side of the field. 2 receivers split right, 1 to the left. Donaldson in the gun once again. Sweat is the tailback. Donaldson with the keeper, made the first man miss, but could not make the second. This time they slam him down at about the 27-yard line.
Next time they go up the line of scrimmage, what looks like an obvious running play, look how tight those gaps are from tackle to tackle. I mean, you couldn't put a wedge through them. They are bunched together along that front 5.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7. Clock is running, 3:40 to go, third quarter. 7-7, Fairview and Creekwood. Robertson splits wide to the right. McKinnon in the slot right. 1 receiver wide left. Donaldson in the gun. Well, I thought there was some early movement on the line, but they didn't call it. Rolling right, looking to throw is Donaldson. He can tuck it and run, and he will. He'll get the 30, he'll get the 35, the 40, the 45, midfield into Fairview territory, where he's wrestled down at about the 48-yard line. It almost looked like Fairview thought he was going to run out of bounds, and he just turned and kept going up the sideline.
And got a great block downfield by Will McKinnon that sprung him. A lot of receivers will quit on that kind of play. He maintained his block and helped him get on down another 10 yards or so.
27 yards on the carry. So Donaldson now 9 carries, 48 yards. Just across midfield at the 49. 1st and 10 for the Redhawks. Donaldson going to keep it. Was looking downfield, then decided to just take it and run. There's a penalty flag tossed in at the end of that one after a 2-yard gain. Cade Johns once again there to make the stop, but this one I believe is going to come back for a holding penalty.
Once again, Creekwood with some offensive momentum, moving the chains, yet another penalty.
They've had some costly ones tonight. That is 6 penalties now for 65 yards on the Redhawks. That'll move it back to their own 42-yard line.
And that one again coming in plus territory from the Fairview 49.
So now it's 1st and 20 from the 42-yard line. Twin receivers to each side. Now McKinnon in motion right to left. They're going to hand it to him on a jet sweep. Got a block from Elliott. McKinnon to the 45-yard line. Short gain of about 3. Elliott just tried to kind of get in the way out there and helped a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see, about 5'8", 5'9", about 135.
But, boy, he has shown he's dangerous when he gets his hands on the football.
Yeah, I don't see him as a pulling blocker anytime soon. But stuck his head and his nose right in there.
46.
Forward progress to the 46. Second down and 15. 3 receivers split to the right side this time. Donaldson from the gun. Elliott was looking to flare out. Now Donaldson's just looking to run and get some help. He's going to push it to midfield. Stays on his feet. Good second effort. Kicks it down in Fairview territory to the 47-yard line. Bobby Dawson finally made the tackle. Donaldson just lowered his shoulder and got about 3 or 4 more yards out of it.
Yeah, and it was with Dawson on the tackle. He eventually just had to pull him down by the feet because he got run through.
8 yards on the carry. Brings up third and a little more manageable now. Third down and 8. 1:20 to go in this third quarter. Still tied at 7-7.
You know, Donaldson's got some decent speed, but he's a big old boy, too.
This time 3 receivers triangle to the left side. 1 split to the right. Donaldson takes the snap, looking to throw. Fires far side, pass broken up, almost intercepted. That probably, when they look at that one in the film room, he would love to have that one back because Curtis had that one and nothing but green grass between him and the end zone.
The instinct is to knock it down. The film will show tomorrow that would have been 6.
Yep. So 4th down, that brings on the punting unit, Ty Miller. Standing back near his own 40-yard line. Gets this punt away, high, angling to the near side. Claxton lets it bounce. It takes a Creekwood roll and kicks out of bounds at about the 13 or 14-yard line. So 57 seconds left in this third quarter, 34 yards on the punt.
Yellow Jackets begin the drive, 1st and 10.
And let's see if Fairview can get something going here in the final seconds of the third.
You know, you probably nailed it. Maybe 1 play or 2 plays could be the difference in this game.
Could be. McCoy?
Yeah, because really neither team has done a very good job of sustaining any kind of offense.
McCoy 6 of 10 passing for only 18 yards. Handing off on 1st down, and the carry running to the right side and staying on his feet, going all the way out of bounds. Was that Dawson? 81?
Forced out of bounds by the Redhawks, number 55.
That was Grant.
That was Grant. Okay, I started to say 81. I would have been shocked if that was it. It was 11, not 81, but
it's coming back.
Another penalty here. Well, sometimes it's just hard to kind of get out of your own way. Take a couple of steps forward, then take a couple of steps back. And
holding penalty called against Fairview.
Another holding penalty. This one on Fairview is going to walk it back.
What have we had? 5 or 6 holding penalties at least.
2 in this half on Fairview.
1st and long, ball on the 5.
1st down with the ball marched back all the way to the 5-yard line now, so got to be careful here. Handoff, Grant, maybe a couple of yards, and that's about all. Well, now if you're Creekwood's defense, you want to keep them backed up right here so you know you get excellent field position.
Number 53, Hayden King.
35 seconds left in this third quarter.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 16.
So 2nd down and 16 with the ball at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Fairview, you want to just, get out of there, get a punt, try to flip the field.
Either that or gamble and go for the home run. McCoy is looking to throw. I think he was going to heave it long. Still working toward the sideline. Now he just dumps it, and the intended receiver could not hang on. I think he was looking long.
He was.
3rd and 16.
All right, here's your Johnny Majors quick kick on 3rd down.
Adios, Kazoots.
Yes. 88 out the gate.
That's right. Fairview 3 of 7 on 3rd downs. 0 for 1 in this half. And backed up now where I would really be surprised if they took a really big risk. In fact, they could let the clock run all the way down. No, that pass was incomplete. Rolling, looking to throw. McCoy still looking. Fires over the middle, caught by Claxton, breaks a tackle, breaks down the sideline and out of bounds. He made the one-man miss that could have dropped him short of the first down. Instead, Claxton all the way out to the 36-yard line on the final play of the third quarter.
Dangerous pass laid over the middle, but made it work.
30 yards on the gain, and we go to the fourth, all even. Fairview 7, Creekwood 7 on WNSR and Nashville Sports Radio.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
This is the Greg Pogue and John Burton Show.
Ted Lane's with us. I hate to keep bringing up Love Boat questions, but I have so many.
Go.
So, did you actually know how to bartend before you got the part of Isaac on the Love Boat?
I didn't know anything. You can see that I'm sticking umbrellas into blended drinks.
Greg Pogue and News Channel 5's John Burton, WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Welcome back to the Midstate Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
To have you with us another Friday night of high school football. Joe Fisher, Greg Pogue, Adam Johnson, Todd Berry, all with you. First down for Fairview from its own 36-yard line after the 30-yard play as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. McCoy with the handoff. Grant is hit hard at about the 37. Maybe a yard and a half on the carry. And that's Grantham with the tackle once again.
Just a backbreaker for Creekwood to let that play, have them inside the 10-yard line, third and long. You just dump one, about 4 or 5 yards across the middle, and Grant makes it work.
McCoy 7 for 12 for 48 yards passing for Fairview. Leading rusher is Grant, 11 carries, 59 yards. Second down at about 8.5. Under center, McCoy, hands off, and to the 40-yard line is going to be Kendrick Curtis. That's going to bring up third down at about 6 for the Yellow Jackets. So Grantham with another tackle from his strong linebacker position. And McCoy runs all the way over to the sideline. He was a little gimpy in the first half there for a brief period of time, but he seems to be fine now. Fairview 4 of 8 on third down tonight. Instructions from the Creekwood sideline. They want to flip the defense, and that's what they're doing. They're rotating different sides. A little confusion there for Fairview as well, and I believe they're going to have to use a timeout. Actually, there was delay of game. They didn't get it done in time. There was confusion. Nolan Langford came across the formation late and apparently was going where he wasn't supposed to go.
Third and 11, ball
and
at the 35.
Down and distance once again. Both teams have had down and distance issues all night long.
This walks it back to third and 11 now. That's penalty number 5 on the Yellow Jackets for 45 yards. Claxton will come wide to the right. McCoy in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Passes to Claxton, who is wrapped up immediately. Nice tackle at the 35-yard line. Marco Ortiz was right there with a sure tackle, and that'll bring up fourth down. And there's a penalty flag down. There's a penalty flag down at the end of the play.
Remember the emphasis on sportsmanship this year from the TSSAA.
And that's what it is. Sportsmanship penalty on Creekwood.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a point of emphasis all across the nation in sportsmanship.
Boy, instead of fourth down and 11, Now it is first down and 10 with the ball right at midfield. And that is penalty number 7 on the Redhawks for 80 yards.
In the note from the TSSAA, you can thank Alabama football, which had players begin to break out into a karate kid, after scoring a touchdown. That carried over to TSSAA football championships multiple 9 times over the championship games. A penalty flag was thrown just once in all of that, and that was actually written by Tom Krager at the Tennessean.
Timeout taken by Fairview. We'll take it as well. 10:20 left to go in regulation. Fairview 7, Creekwood 7 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey Nashville, Ray here from Run With It. Let me tell you about our sponsor, Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House. And with 4 locations in Bellevue, Murfreesboro, Spring Hill, and East Nashville, they're your home for the best gourmet pizza and craft beers in Music City. Join me on Monday nights at the East Nashville location for poker night. And if you think you know everything, try Wednesday night trivia at both locations. Gourmet pizzas, craft beers, online at BoomBozz.com. Boom Boss Craft Pizza and Tap House.
You're listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Here's Joe Fisher.
Fairview Yellow Jackets with the ball at midfield. Fairview 7, Creekwood 7. 10:20 left to play in the fourth quarter here at Creekwood. I formation on first down from midfield. McCoy with the handoff. Claxton running left. He is upended on a tackle at the open play there by Sam England once again. We've called his name a lot tonight.
Do you get a sense that even though Fairview has gotten out from the shadow of their goal line, they're still very conservative with their play calling?
The only time that looked like they were not going to be was when they had that 3rd and long backed up and looked like they were going to go long, but could not. Curtis will check out. Langford back in for the Yellow Jackets. Anderson splits wide to the right. I formation. Fake. Pass. One-handed grab, and then he is separated from the football. Claxton tried to make the one-handed grab, and he got leveled.
Yeah, and just closing in on the ball there. And we've called his name a lot on the offensive side of the return game, but Jaden Elliott, that sophomore, speed to the ball.
That sure was. And the receiver's a little vulnerable there because he's, stretching up to get that pass that was tall. He almost came down with a one-handed catch, but could not. So 3rd and 10. Fairview is 4 for 9 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Looking to throw is McCoy. Has time, fires near sideline, incomplete. There was a little contact there, but the pass was uncatchable. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and now the decision. I would think here you would punt and try to back Fairview up.
Yeah, and as we get closer, obviously, to midway through the fourth quarter and on down, field position is really going to play an important role. Even after Fairview hit that big play, they could do nothing to sustain.
So they punt to back Creekwood up. That's what the intention will be here for Carter Terry. And once again, it's McKinnon and Elliott back deep, hoping to get a shot at one to return here. Kick is away, angling toward the near sideline. Takes a big high bounce. Elliott thought about fielding it, but backed away, and as a result gives up about 7 or 8 more yards as it's down at about the 15-yard line. He had an idea about trying to get it on that hop and thought better of it. 34 yards on the punt.
Well, even the previous one punt from by that Fairview was trying to catch, the return guy just let it roll and cost his team 15, 20 yards both ways. And I think it's just not in a tie game with 9 minutes plus to play, neither team wanting to make that one crucial mistake.
So Fairview will start Creekwood will start first down from their own 14-yard line. 9:18 left in the fourth quarter. Ethan Donaldson has gone all the way at quarterback tonight for the Redhawks. Gives, bouncing outside is Sweat. Runs into Grant, who slings him to the ground at about the 27-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, slinged him to the first down, spun him around and helped him out.
So Sweat approaching 100 yards on the night, 13 carries, 86 yards.
Ball at the 26.
And I'd say he's probably going to get another couple of shots at it here in this fourth quarter. 2 wideouts, 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Donaldson fakes the handoff to Sweat, stays on his feet, breaks another tackle, and finally pushes it across the 40 to the 41. Tell you what, he shows good balance through contact, Greg, and some strength to finish the runs.
Almost a horseshoe collar, too. A collar spun him around. The defender let go.
Yep. 15 yards on the gain. So Donaldson now has passed for 116 yards. He has rushed for 72. 12 carries, 72 yards. First down, clock running, 8:15 to play. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Under center, Donaldson, straight handoff. Sweat pushes forward, hit by Grant, first contact, falls forward to about the 45. Curtis is a little slow to get up for Fairview. He is up, but he was a little slow to come up off the knee. 200 yards rushing on the night now for Creekwood. Had 94 yards in the first half, 106 here in the second half. They'll make a substitution, bring DeMonte Evans out of the game. Charlie McCormick, who was dinged up a little earlier, is back in. Second down and 5. Handoff, Sweat running right. Stays on his feet. Into Fairview territory and dragged down, and there's another penalty flag. Dragged down at the 46-yard line. Let's see what this flag is all about.
Face mask or a horse collar, because he got spun around by the handful. Three different flags on the field.
Yep. Our referee tonight, there's the personal foul. It was a face mask. Josh McWhorter with the call.
Penalty against the Yellow Jackets.
So a critical face mask penalty on Fairview. We'll march it down deeper into Yellow Jackets territory. They're going to walk it all the way to the 29-yard line. That is the 6th penalty of the night for 60 yards for Fairview. And the ball at the Yellow Jackets 29.
Yeah, deepest penetration in this half by either team right here.
103 yards rushing for Sweat tonight. He's going to try to add to it here. And he may add 1 or 2, but that's going to be about all as they just pile up, and the pile ends up collapsing at about the 27-yard line.
Day Sweat on the carry, number 26 for the Redhawks.
That's just a pile of boys.
Yes,
right
it was.
You thought that ball would squirt out and somebody take off around with it.
So Day Sweat now, 16 carries, 107 yards as he ended up getting 4 yards out of that.
Second and 7.
Evans will come out of the game again as a quick substitution is made by Creekwood. Donaldson under center. Had to stretch to get the handoff away. Did not. It was fumbled, and Fairview's got it. You could tell that he tried to stretch to get the ball into the running back's belly, and he couldn't get it there. And Fairview gets the big turnover to stop the drive.
Last week, Creekwood, 3 turnovers. They did overcome that in the overtime win at Dixon County. This one right here, late in the game, you're threatening and you put the ball on the ground. That one was a tough one.
That's the first turnover tonight by either team. And it comes with 6:25 left in regulation. Fairview still has 2 timeouts remaining. Creekwood has all 3 of its timeouts remaining. First down. Langford moves to the left side of the formation in the slot. Man in motion coming right is Grant. They'll fake the gift to him. Claxton's going to run back to the left and not much room at all. And I think another flag is thrown in there as well.
34, Crawford Claxton, flag on the
Part of
play.
what starts to get involved in this is fatigue, too. Guys start reaching when they're a little bit tired.
Yeah, humid night. Not as hot out there as it is here in the press box, but
so let's see what this walk-off will be.
Second and long
It is
for
a
the
hold
Yellow
on
Jackets. Ball placed
Fairview.
at the 18-yard line.
7th penalty for 70 yards. 5 of those penalties on Fairview have come in this second half. .6:15 left to play. Clock is running. McCoy under center. Gives. Grant finds a hole up the middle. Makes a move to the left, to the 40, to the 45, to midfield, and out of bounds. Grant made a wonderful adjustment from the middle of the field, jumped to his left, made somebody miss, and stretched it all the way down on one of the biggest offensive plays of the night.
And you had said it, Joe, this game had a feel of a back and forth where one big play might make the difference. Fairview had a similar big play, could not sustain. Now they're in plus territory with under 6 to play.
42 yards on the gallop by Grant. He now is over 100 yards. 12 carries, 101 yards. Clock not yet a factor. 5:47 and counting down. I formation on first down. Handoff Claxton. He is snowed under at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he had nowhere to go. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Fairview, though, you've got to wonder, though, if you can sustain this drive, get down there, punch it in, and, of course, that's a lot of ifs here in a game that only is 7-7, but not give Creekwood the ball back with much time to play.
Yeah, see how timeouts might become a factor. Remember, Creekwood still has all 3 of its timeouts. 2nd and 10. McCoy rolling right, looking to throw. Puts one up, incomplete, overthrew Claxton. There was contact. Creekwood wants a pass I think they want a pass interference on the offense.
Yeah, either way, that ball was not catchable either way.
And the defender who made the contact on Claxton for Creekwood is down.
Well, Dikembe Mutombo maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came down hard. Both of them went up. They collided in the air. And the defender just came down like flat on his back.
Yeah, I haven't seen the number yet. I don't want to give
Yep.
a number until I know for sure.
Did I do it earlier? Are you already blaming me for this thing where we could be headed in about 5 minutes and 3 seconds?
The blame is coming.
Yep. I've already Googled overtime rules over here.
Still now up to a sitting position. I believe that's number, if I'm seeing that right, I think that's number 8. And it is. That's Alex Bradshaw. He's walking off on his own. Now, he not only is he the starting cornerback, he's the backup quarterback too. So,
just guessing, maybe it just got the wind knocked out of him because he came down just flat. First thing to hit was just the upper part of his back. And his head bounced a little bit as well.
So now for Fairview, 3rd down and 11. 5:03 left in the fourth quarter. Fairview 7, Creekwood 7. Fairview's only converted 1 third down in this second half. In the shotgun is McCoy. Grant flares out to the left, takes the reception, runs down the sideline, has room, still on his feet. Inside the 20, inside the 15, and dragged down inside the 10-yard line.
And there's going to be a penalty at the end of it, a horse collar tackled right just then. And that's probably saved the touchdown with a horse collar.
Boy, Grant caught it, just flared out. They dumped it in the flat, and he caught it on a dead run and turned upfield and got 31 yards.
Yeah, 2 big plays by Grant in this drive. And Fairview's best field position tonight. Yeah, horse collar.
Yep, that's what it was ruled. So now Grant, 35 yards on 2 receptions tonight, 101 yards rushing. And Fairview knocking on the door. First and
Horse collar tackle against the Redhawks.
goal.
Distance to the goal from the end of the run.
Inside the 5-yard line.
For the Yellow Jackets.
McCoy checks the wristband, gets the call from the sideline, goes under center, brings a man in motion to his left. Quick hitter over the left side, not much there. They tried that little quick hitter handoff to Curtis, and Curtis did not make it to the end zone. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Want to remind you and everybody else that after this game, we will be naming the Omni Nashville Hotel Player of the Game, and you and I down on the field will be presenting a plaque.
Yep, got a couple of good candidates tonight. 2nd and goal, about 2 yards away. Clock running, 4.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Same offensive set. They tried the same play and get basically the same result. Might have gotten about a half a yard.
Lucky they didn't get a penalty that time. There was a forward motion by the lead back before the snap. Had him leaning and didn't call it.
3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 1.
Ball is at the 1-yard line. Creekwood's defense trying to make a stand. Big Austin Davis in the middle.
Well, let me ask you this. A field goal obviously could win this game. Do you make this call because the ball is on the far left hash mark? Do you bring it back toward the middle, or or is this 2-down territory?
Yeah, it's a good question. How much confidence do you have in your kicker? I don't know. Play clock is at 3. 3rd and goal. Play clock is at 1. I believe they're going to have to use a timeout. Yeah, that would have been, they didn't get the timeout in time. Illegal procedure. Oh, that's big. Instead of 3rd and goal from the 1, now it's 3rd and goal from the 6.
Now you might see that play over to the middle to line up the field goal attempt.
Goal from the 6.
Because right there, they're at the far left hash mark.
They wind the clock, 4:05 left in the 4th. Fairview 7, Creekwood 7. Couple of big plays by Layden Grant on this drive to get the Yellow Jackets in the red zone. 3rd and goal. They load up to the left side. They're going to roll right instead. McCoy looking to throw. Sends it to the back of the end zone, and it is intercepted. It is intercepted by Creekwood. And that is Bradshaw who came down with it.
Who limped off the field just moments ago.
He threw it into traffic, and Bradshaw comes in and gets the huge interception for the Redhawks.
Late across the middle.
Again.
And the penalty before that, forcing that play.
So now, 3:58 in the 4th quarter. Creekwood still has its timeouts available.
Couldn't punch it in 1st and goal from the 2.
So the huge turnover in the end zone. Moves it out to the 20-yard line. Pass to Robertson on 1st down. Breaks 1 tackle but cannot break the 2nd.
Carry by number 4.
First contact was Cade Johns who got there to make the first hit.
Tackle for the Yellow Jackets, number 2, Wendell Billingsley.
Billingsley's the one that finished it off. Only a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8, ball on the 22.
Now Fairview has a couple of timeouts left of their own as well. If they can make a stop, get to a 3rd and long, maybe you consider stopping the clock to buy yourself a little more time.
Just seemed like it's a Jaden Elliott big play time right now.
They had
Keon Robertson. Yep.
Robertson is wide to the left. Fairview brings the blitz. Handoff there is Elliott. Tries to get to the sideline. Not a lot of room there. They had it strung out pretty well. Run out of bounds by Claxton. It will stop the clock at 3:35 to go in this fourth quarter.
Well, they're not going to trick anybody when you have Elliott in motion, from his receiver slot at the top part of the set for him coming back.
Don't want to ignore him.
No, you're not going to. Oh, that's just a fake. No.
3rd and 3.
Interesting play here. As you mentioned, Fairview with those 2 timeouts.
And running out of bounds stopped the clock with 3:35 left. Handoff, they try the left side again, and a little slip by Sweat. He could not get his feet back under him, and I believe he's going to be stopped for a loss. And now the decision for Creekwood, and I would think Fairview is going to use a timeout right now.
That's exactly what they're doing.
3:30 left to play.
Loss of 1 on the play. 4th and 4.
A chance to get decent field position back after a punt. Boy, you just don't have time to dwell on your mistakes. You had it down on the 1, end up turning it over, but now you got a chance to give yourself another chance.
Do you go for the block, or do you set up the return?
Interesting. So we'll see what the decision is. Again, remember, Creekwood's got its timeouts remaining as well, so they can use them defensively if need be. I don't know that this was the kind of game I thought this was going to be. Early on, I didn't anticipate a high-scoring game, I would say that. Neither offense really showed that.
Yeah, well, Creekwood, 13 points in 7 tonight. Fairview, its first points of the season after being blanked at Page last Friday night.
Punt is away. Fair catch requested by Claxton and made at about the 47-yard line of the Redhawks. So Fairview is on the Creekwood side of the field after a 21-yard punt. 3:26 left to play in regulation. Fairview has 1 timeout remaining. Creekwood has all 3 of its timeouts remaining. What are the chances number 11 touches the ball on this drive?
High.
I would say reasonable, yeah.
Yes.
He is in the backfield at a tailback spot in an I formation. That is Grant. McCoy under center. McCoy looking to pass quickly, sends it out to Claxton. Claxton turns upfield, gets probably about 8 yards. They have found a little something on that left side.
But he didn't get out of bounds.
Clock continues to roll.
For the Redhawks, number 1, Jaden Elliott.
And let's see.
Well, maybe he did get out of bounds. Well, because the clock's, what I was going by was the clock still running. So they're going to add some time and stop the clock.
They're trying to communicate. 3:17 is where I think they want it to go. It's at 3:12 right now.
So apparently but I tell you, I did not see the official on the far side call it out of bounds.
They did take it to 3:17.
2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. Swing pass again, really a lateral to Grant. Grant's not going to get the first down. He did get out of bounds, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2.
Tackle for the Redhawks, number 20.
And again, they're sending everything pretty much on that left side. That's where they've had the most success recently. The clock did not run at all on that play. It's still saying 3:17. That can't be right. Maybe they need to take it back to the 3:12 where it was earlier.
There we go. Want to remind you, immediately following the game broadcast, keep your dial glued to WNSR, the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Scoreboard Show. Bruno Reagan, Ray Doskey, Devlin McKenzie. They take you around the Mid-State for all your high school football scores and stats and all that stuff. The Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Scoreboard Show, live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio, all the way up to 11 o'clock.
I think referee Josh McWhorter just ordered one of his fellow officials to come up here into the press box.
Second game that's happened for us. Remember over at Greenbrier that happened.
Yeah, I think that's what they're waiting on now is to get up there. I see the official coming up through the stands right now.
Looks like the hall monitor checking in the principal's office. Next Friday night, Joe, I'm going to keep promoting you and Kelly Holcomb, Riverdale, Blackman, down in the borough.
In the borough. We both spent a little time in the borough. He had some pretty good years there, I would say.
Yeah, Hall of Fame caliber.
Yeah.
14 years in the NFL.
Okay, now the clock, I think they've got it now, 3:14. They had it at 3:22. That couldn't have been it, so they've got it at 3:14.
For the Yellow Jackets, ball on the 40
Third down and 3 to reset. 3:14 to play. Fairview 7, Creekwood 7. McCoy under center. Handoff on a stretch play to Grant. Running left. First down and out of bounds. Well, I'll tell you what, they're just lining up behind Ferris and Hamilton on that left side and turning the corner, and a big first down to keep their drive alive. 3:09 left to play.
Got out of bounds and just the one timeout, saving that.
Remember, Creekwood still has all 3 of its timeouts.
On the 32.
Ideally, obviously, they'd like to have them when they're on offense, but they may be forced to use them on defense. Fairview got all the way down to the 1-yard line on their last drive and turned it over. I formation. Give on the delay. Grant tries the left side again, this time maybe a yard.
McCoy hands off to number 11 for
Good
Fairview.
penetration
11,
once again.
Grant.
Austin Davis, the big nose guard, getting back there and disrupting that play.
I wouldn't be surprised on fake that right there, and McCoy just tucks it and goes around the left side. Because they are collapsing right there.
2nd and 9, ball on the 31.
Anderson splits wide to the right. He's over here just inside the numbers. Grant is the tailback. He'll take the handoff, try to go left, and he's upended on a shoestring tackle out there by McCormick. He did not get out of bounds, I don't think. I think he was tackled before he could get there. Clock continues to run. 2:22 left in this fourth quarter.
Man, they bring in those cornerbacks up over there, especially on that. They went to the near side of the field, had 3 receivers on that side, basically everyone there to block for Grant.
And it's interesting because last week against Page, Fairview was playing really soft on the corners. They were 10, 12-yard cushions. 3rd down and 9, 2 minutes left. Fairview 6 of 13 on 3rd down. McCoy rolling to his right, rush coming. Now he looks downfield, sends it toward the end zone for Claxton, thrown up for grabs, incomplete. Bradshaw again, who had the interception in the end zone last time, was there to bat it away.
Tell you, Bradshaw, good lateral move, and he has the jumping ability. I mean, he's the one that they had to take out earlier when he landed on his back, and a high jump there to deflect that one. Strong, he's a good-looking kid. What, 6'1", 6'2", in that range?
So now 4th down. I would assume Fairview will go for it. The risk for that is if you don't convert, you give a little bit better field position at the 30, but they will go for it here.
And again, Creekwood with all 3 timeouts as well. Well, what do we have?
Well, they were going to run a little bit of trickeration right there because they sent big number 77, Connor Ferris, all the way out to the numbers with a wide receiver. Timeout, 1:50 left in the fourth quarter. Fairview 7, Creekwood 7. This is WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Dry rub wings are back at Slim Chickens. Fresh, fried, and full of flavor. Like smooth and kickin' cayenne ranch, zesty lemon pepper, or turn it up with new spicy Nashville hot. Try them today with a meal or feed your hungry crowd. But hurry, they're only back for a limited time. At Slim's, bold flavor is what we do. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
This is Nashville's best high school football coverage. WNSR's Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher.
4th and 9 for Fairview. 1:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. Ball is spotted at the Creekwood 30-yard line. Fairview is going to run that same set again. They're sending the big offensive lineman all the way out here to the right on 4th down. Quick pass is caught. It's caught. Grant, it's a touchdown. Just a quick hitter off the line. Grant broke. There was nobody there. He got behind the defense and walked in from 31 yards out.
The formation caused Creekwood to freeze. They were so enamored with a wide receiver and an offensive lineman all the way to the right side of the set. Ditto that to the far left of the set, and they just did a seam route right down the middle for the touchdown.
So Grant with the touchdown catch. Now the extra point to come with 1:45 left. Well, they went way back into the design playbook there, and it paid off. And the extra point hits the crossbar. No good. Interesting.
3 timeouts. Interesting as well for Creekwood.
With 1:45 left to play. So now looking at Grant, 16 carries, 114 yards, 3 catches, 66 yards. He has a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown tonight.
Well, we had talked about him earlier. Obviously, 1,400 yards. Really one of the early contenders for Mr. Football for that classification.
Hasn't hurt himself in that tonight.
No, not at all. But I wonder what you always wonder what do you call that play? It's not the swinging gate.
No, it wasn't that. Yep.
No, it wasn't anything. I don't know. I've never seen that before. Again, wide receivers to the far as you could to the outside of the set with an offensive lineman facing the receiver,
yes. Yep.
not down the field.
And they were on the line of scrimmage. It
Yes.
was a legal formation.
Yes.
But they were not looking at the play. They were looking at the wide receiver.
On either side.
Yep.
And seamed it right down the middle.
So now, once again, 1:45 left. Creekwood has all 3 of its timeouts remaining. 13-7 Fairview. Fairview was held scoreless last week. 6-point lead here, and they blow a whistle. Going to be a procedure penalty on the kickoff.
Yeah, Springfield was offsides.
Fairview.
Fairview, rather.
Yellow Jackets.
Well,
right?
they're the same color
and
their same name.
Yep.
I'm surprised I hadn't done that all night, really. But yeah, they had at least two players. It looked like the kicker really slowed up just a little bit.
Well, they don't want to get it into the hands, certainly, of Elliott. He's proven to be very dangerous tonight, although McKinnon has had his moments as well back there.
And the deep men are set up at their own 25.
Kick bounds on the ground, is hit by an up man, but picked up by McKinnon. McKinnon looking for a block, now reverses and going down. Good pursuit by Fairview. They wouldn't let him get outside on the perimeter. 3-yard loss on the return. 1:39 left to play. Creekwood with all 3 of its timeouts, trailing 13-7.
No way was that going east-west for a cut-up field. No way they're going to let that happen.
So Donaldson, 9 of 14 for 119 yards tonight. Seeing if he can lead the homestanding Red Hawks to a come-from-behind win. He's got 1:39 left to do it. Donaldson from the shotgun on 1st down. Fakes the pass. They try the hitch and go. Going long, looking for Robertson, and it's broken up. Robertson got a hand on it, but 2 defenders were there. Claxton was there and Billingsley, and they were able to bat that ball away.
Neither one bit on the fake. The quarterback fakes. They go around and really throw it up, let the play happen, see what you can get out of it.
That's a route that hurt Fairview last week. Page completed one for a touchdown. 2nd and 10, 1:33 to go. 3 receivers split left. Quick pass to Elliott, near side, 35, 40, and he's drilled right there. Ball was stripped out, but he was already down. He was down at midfield. That was the 40-yard line. That was one guy making the tackle and one guy going for the football.
Still, two things, 3 timeouts, and also the missed extra point kick.
1:15 left. Clock is running. 3 receivers left. Donaldson in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking left again. Still looking. Now going to tuck it and run. Gets it back to the left side. Gets a block. Can get the sideline. He has the first down and the sideline, and then leaps over the bench over here by the track. Donaldson did everything that he needed to do. He got the first down and he got out of bounds.
Yeah, only rushing 3 that time and had all day, and really just the coverage was there. Everybody drops into coverage, all 8 of them, and had nowhere to go but made good yardage.
55 seconds left. Fairview 13, Creekwood 7. Red Hawks on their own 49-yard line. 2 wideouts left and right. Donaldson in the gun, takes the snap, drops, now steps up, now going to run again. He's tackled at the 45-yard line of Fairview. Creekwood will have to use a timeout. That was Kay Johns reaching out to make the tackle. He's had a good night tonight as well at that defensive end position.
Well, that time Fairview brought the blitz. He stepped up in front of it. They weren't going to just sit back and just let him pick them out.
So still Creekwood with timeouts remaining. I think 2 timeouts remaining. Facing a 2nd down and 5 from the Fairview 46-yard line.
Yeah, the home team not in a hurry to take one of those timeouts down.
Well, once again, we really appreciate all the support we've gotten. Ricky Jones, the athletic director at Fairview, and Tim Decker, the AD at Creekwood. Of course, the head coaches, great to work with as well. And we've had a good one tonight. Fairview, a Class 3A team. Creekwood, Class 4A. 2nd and 5. Donaldson in the shotgun. Stands in. Now he's going to be flushed, and he is dropped for a loss back at the 48-yard line. They'll have to use another one, I think, here, if they have one. 35 seconds left. Clock continues to run. 3rd down and 6.
A lot of time.
3 receivers left. Donaldson to throw. Pumps, looks, throws long, looking for Elliott, incomplete. I think McCoy may have gotten a fingertip on it. Elliott had actually gotten a step behind him.
But the previous play, you got to throw the ball away. Now, in high school football, you can intentionally ground it outside of the pocket. If the pass goes beyond the line of scrimmage, just like it is in college and the NFL, that's the first year. They let a lot of time run off with that or not using a timeout. They still have 2, but he throws that ball away.
Now it's 4th and 6. This could be it for Creekwood. 4th and 6. The ball needs to get to the Fairview 41 for a first down. 3 receivers left. Donaldson takes the snap, tries to roll out. Now he tries to reverse his field, and he is going to be tackled and stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Donaldson sacked by number 27.
Donaldson ran back into traffic and had nowhere to go. Creekwood was trying a little bit of a variation on what Fairview had done. They had receivers standing over here looking at the sideline when the ball was snapped, trying to maybe confuse the Fairview defense. Didn't happen.
Ball game.
Yep. So now Fairview has the opportunity to take a knee. Big win for the Yellow Jackets coming on the road. There's the snap and there's the knee, and I believe that will do it, and it will. 2 head coaches who've coached against each other for a long time will shake hands at midfield. So Fairview's going to win it by a score of 13-7. So Fairview evens its record at 1-1, and Creekwood's record falls to 1-1 as well.
Of course, we're going to be naming the Omni Nashville Hotel Player of the Game for Fairview, and I don't think, there's going to be much doubt on that.
I have a pretty good idea.
And we'll have a conversation with the head coach as well? It was a fun game. Mistakes, though, really hurt a lot. In inopportune moments, Fairview looked like they had made the biggest mistake by being intercepted after getting all the way to the 1-yard line. Creekwood's going to be kicking itself a little bit.
Yep, Fairview was kicking themselves for a while, but then they got another opportunity and cashed it in.
Well, and you called it. You just thought this game had the feel of a big play, and Grant made 2 of them.
Yep, on that drive, sure did. So a big win for Fairview as they win it by a score of 13-7.
The one thing I like about high school football, after the game, they line up, everybody congratulates each other, every player shakes everybody else's hands. Of course, as you mentioned it, these coaches have coached against each other back to middle school days. Not when they were in middle school.
And I think actually they were going to go to their respective huddles, and now they're, I believe, all going to huddle at midfield, both teams together. A lot of drama in this one is who was going to make the next last mistake or who was going to make the next big play. And
hey, boys, let's take the end of the fourth quarter break.
So we'll go ahead and we'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll have our post-game show from here. We'll visit hopefully with a winning coach and our player of the game as well. Final score again, Fairview 13, Creekwood 7 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
What happens to your decision-making when you drink? Well, after one drink, you feel confident. A few more, and calling your ex at 1 a.m. seems like a great idea. And you're pretty sure the secret to a great taco is 4-day-old macaroni. The bottom line, drunk you doesn't make great decisions. So you're risking a DUI or worse if you count on him to get you home. Plan before you party. Get home safe. Paid for by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Now it's time for your Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week post-game show with stats and analysis of the game and your Mid-State Checkdown Football Player of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Greg Pogue.
Fairview defeats Creekwood tonight by a score of 13-7, so each team now 1-1 on the season. For Creekwood, 230 yards rushing, 125 passing, 355 in total offense. Fairview, 140 on the ground, 117 through the air, 257 total. Penalties were big for both teams. Creekwood, 8 penalties, 83 yards. Fairview, 9 for 80 yards. Individually, for Creekwood, Layden Grant, 16 carries, 114 yards and a touchdown, and receiving 3 catches, 66 yards and a touchdown. He scored both touchdowns for Fairview tonight. Creekwood Sweat with 17 carries for 106 yards. He also had the lone touchdown for Creekwood. So we saw a good one, Greg.
Well, we did, and both teams are going to be kicking them mistakes, penalties. We see that a little early in the season. With that, Creekwood had the opportunities, and certainly Fairview as well. So, and you called it. It said this game had a feel of 1 or 2 big plays because neither team could really sustain anything offensively.
So we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll have our visit with the head coach and hopefully our player of the game as well. Fairview a 13-7 win over Creekwood on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Johnny Vegas this morning. Again, hey, Bill, is Georgia football going to be any good this year? Asking for a friend. Georgia will be favored in every game that we know is on their schedule. They'll be very good. Georgia has recruited so well that they're better than everybody in the SEC East, even if they lost their roster. I'm not kidding about that.
Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on Sports Radio 560 on 95.9 FM.
With 13 locations nationally, including Smyrna, Star Leasing Company is a semi-trailer one-stop shop and the perfect place to build a career as a semi-trailer mechanic. Seeking candidates with all levels of experience, Star Leasing Company has a semi-trailer technician trainee program with sign-on and quarterly bonuses and other opportunities such as $1,000 for having a yearly physical. Package also includes 401k with company match, health, dental, and vision insurance, competitive pay with weekly paychecks, and paid holidays and time off. Star Leasing Company, not your typical semi-trailer leasing company. Visit starleasing.com to learn more.
Sir Speedy is a proud sponsor of high school football on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. At Sir Speedy Music City, we provide commercial print, signs, and mailing services to companies all over Tennessee and actually all over the world. If you need anything like that, you give us a call, 615-832-9511, SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are a proud sponsor of high school athletics on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio. Call us at 615-832-9511. Go to the web at SirSpeedyMusicCity.com or email us at print@SirSpeedyMusicCity.com. We are the official sign company of the Mid-State Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
From the big game to the big dance, Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel downtown is your game day and watch party headquarters. Don't worry about entertaining guests and trying to feed everyone. Sit back, relax, cheer on your team, and let the Bar Lines staff take care of you. Grab a Bar Lines signature cocktail and enjoy some wicked deviled eggs. Or a Bar Lines double stack and finish it off with some Jack and Coke chocolate cake. Bust your belly and your bracket at Bar Lines. Located in the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown. Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
This is the Greg Pogue and John Burton Show.
Kathy Lee Gifford.
Boy, do you guys know how to treat a lady. I'm an entertainer. I came out of the womb with a rim shot and a pratfall. And I'm not going to change. That's who I am.
Wow.
To me, it could have been a piece of poo-poo. It was paying my bills, baby.
Greg Pogue and News Channel 5's John Burton. WNSR. Nashville Sports Radio. You're listening to the Mid-State Checkdown High School Game of the Week on WNSR. Here's Joe Fisher.
Fairview a winner tonight at Creekwood by a final score of 13-7. We're joined by the winning head coach from Fairview, Chris Hughes. And, Coach, when you got on the mic a minute ago, the first thing I heard was a big sigh of relief.
Oh, my goodness. We escaped with one tonight, that's for sure. Creekwood has a good team, and it was toe-to-toe the whole game. Stuffed us at the 1-yard line, got a pick, and we had to fight tooth and nail, and then they held us to fourth. Had to run my trick play that I usually say for the playoffs just to get the score and get a W tonight.
All right, what is the name and what the heck was that of that trick play?
It is Coach Jackson, my O-line coach, loves that play. It's called War Eagle. Gus Malzone runs it at Auburn at least once a year, and he always works. So we know we have it. We run it once a year, and every time we run it 4 times in 5 years, and we've scored a touchdown every time. So, and tonight we were worried because, number one, the DB was hanging out. Usually there's nobody over the covered up guy, and he just was a little too wide, and that Layden was able to cut inside and then take it to the house. But, man, you talk about having to pull out everything. I was scratching my head over here, and Creekwood was laying toe-to-toe. And, you know, they had a couple key players out. I think it would have been a different game. But Coach Thiel does a great job. Creekwood's got a really good team. They're going to have a good season.
Well, and also we talked about the big play from Graham, but just the numbers alone just show what he can do with the football on both sides of the ball.
What was his numbers? I don't even know what he had.
114 yards rushing and 3 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
Wow, that's a pretty good night. That's a Layden Grant typical night. So, but I thought my quarterback Mays did a good job hanging in there and making some plays, scrambling around. We had a big 3rd down conversion where he rolled out in the scramble drill and hit Crawford, and we got like a 19-yard gain early on. And I felt like everything fell together, and we're starting to gel. We've got to get our offense going. I want to have a talk with my offensive coordinator, but when I call myself, the phone's busy.
Well, it's good job security.
Yep, that's right. I don't know. I'm about to fire myself.
Oh, my goodness. Well, congratulations. A nice win. They showed a lot of resiliency, Coach. They have that turnover and then come right back and convert again.
Yeah, and it was one of those things that could have went either way. And then we got lucky. The ball bounced our way, and we needed that W because after Paige handled us last week, we wanted to get back on the right track. But, again, hats off to Creekwood. Like I said, one of these games, when you play here, I could tell you the stories about the 4 or 5 times we played here and all the crazy things that have happened. So when Creekwood and Fairview play, you can expect a very entertaining game, except for the coaches.
Well, congratulations, Coach. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot. I believe we're also going to have our player of the game join us here in just a second.
Yeah, the Omni Nashville Hotel player of the game, Layden Grant. And what did he call that play? The
War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
War Eagle.
Interesting that they said they've run it every time they have run it, they have scored a touchdown.
But now they're going to be scouted for it for sure.
You would
know
think.
that.
You would think.
Yep.
I think Layden is getting the headset on. Are you with us, Layden?
Yeah, I'm here.
Layden, congratulations. Quite a game tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take us through. You get down there, you're knocking on the door, you're on the 1-yard line, and then don't get in. How difficult is it to put that behind you and just keep playing the game?
I mean, for me, it's not too difficult. I try to encourage my teammates because once you let them win in your head, then you let them win on the field. So I think even if we have a bad play, we got to bounce back and keep our heads because that's what wins us on the field.
I tell you, you're going to be our Omni Nashville Hotel player of the game. We're going to come down and present you with a plaque in just a few moments over toward your buses, so we'll meet you there in just a few moments. We asked Coach Hughes, what was that play? And he says every time you've run, War Eagle, but, I mean, that you guys have scored on it, and we were going, what the heck is that?
Yeah, no, it's a crazy play. I think I'm a tight end. I might be a tackle. I don't know. But they're like, hide your number, and I go up there all hidden and then just run a pop pass.
Well, it's got to be a good feeling. I know you were disappointed last week. To bounce back and get in the win column this week's got to feel good.
Yeah, definitely does.
Against Creekwood too, right?
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great game. Really appreciate that, Layden Grant. 114 yards rushing tonight, a touchdown, 3 catches, 66 yards. And a score as well.
And we'll be down on the field in just a few moments after we get out of here and be presenting him with the Omni Nashville Hotel Player of the Game plaque.
Well, I enjoyed it tonight as always. Of course, my thanks not only to you, Greg, but to Todd Berry coming in and handling the stats tonight makes such a great difference for us. And Adam Johnson with putting in the yeoman's work to get things set up in a really, really expensive time. So and a very a hot time for us as well.
Well, and through the game and then coming up on the scoreboard here in just a few moments, Ray Doskey, Bruno Reagan, and Devlin McKenzie. Next Friday night, you and Kelly Holcomb at the Blackman Riverdale game. I'll be listening.
Looking forward to it.
I'm going to be listening in Cheney, Washington.
That's right. Well, I hope you have a great trip as well.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being with us, and stay tuned. Of course, the Scoreboard Show is coming up next on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Hey, Nashville. Ray here from Run With It. Let me tell you about our sponsor,